I'll give fair
Welcome
warning when that
back,
happens.
everyone, to the D&D run by the JoCat with the friends of the Hijack and the Golden K.
Yo!
Hi.
Ahoy!
Hello.
Hello,
Apologies
Ahoy.
for the delay. There were some unexpected things going on last week, including but not limited to me having allergies to a medication that I was taking, but I'm all good now. I'm only slightly itchy now.
Improvement?
Yeah. Totally wasn't worried for your general safety or well-being, you know.
No, I'll be good. It's the first time I've ever had a serious allergy to anything, so. But,
Glad it is resolved.
yeah. So, who wants to recap the last session?
I can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ian, go
Ian
ahead.
does a really good recap.
I think Ian
All
was
right, so
probably the only
last-
one who listened like all the way through to the last session, maybe potentially.
Last session, we had a great amount of fun things. So we all introduced ourselves, our characters, and everything. It was great times. We have, Fazos Sharaim as myself. We have Honeymoon Langley with Kate. We
Ayo.
have how do you pronounce your character, Heather?
Latilla.
Latilla. And then we have Tibbeth with Eric. We all made our way to the big old boat. We met the captain. We did some little early boat shenanigans. We figured out, oh hey, some guy came up and kind of harassed the captain off the ship. Don't know what that's about yet.
That was just me.
Or at least I don't know what that's up about. And then we set off sail. We met people on the ship. We got to kind of get a little bit buddy, and then what's this? We got accosted by another boat.
Not pirates.
Not pirates.
Not pirates.
No.
It was, in fact, apparently the Yuan Ti Dominion
Yep.
that was chasing after Latilla and
Yep.
trying to catch her and bring her in for justice. And there was a lot of tense moments. We didn't know what was going to happen, but then we pushed Latilla overboard, and she swam away. And then we distracted them by firing or calling out into the water and saying, "Oh, there she is!" And then our captain Rackmore then flooded and sank their boat with a whirlpool.
Used his little
from the
magic book.
we escaped. It was all good, hunky dory.
Oh yeah.
and-
Also, by the way, Eric, I didn't give you the stat sheet of that pistol. The pistol has the same stats as a short bow +1.
there you
Oh,
go.
I just
There's
used-
also a pistol.
I was just using the actual in-game like D&D Beyond built-in pistol.
Oh, is there a pistol in D&D Beyond? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it explicitly says it's like a flintlock one too.
Okay, never mind then. Forget what I said. Use that.
Nice.
And then we made it to our spot where we were gonna open up a magical portal to the Golden K. Rackmore had his book at the ready, but then Honeymoon was all like, "Wait a second, let me do some augury real quick, figure out
Yes,
if we're gonna
sir.
get some woes or some yays."
We got so many woes.
Got
So
a
much
lot of
woe.
woes.
Much woe.
So much woes, in fact, that when we started the whole thing, freaking Kraken attacked.
Yep.
And
The Kraken was attacking.
The Kraken
Yeah.
was definitely attacking. We fought it off in a lengthy battle. We lost most of the crew and like half of the ship, but we
Yeah.
were able to defeat it through the use
Yeah.
of giant cannons, fiery hands, and stardust.
Yeah.
So good times were had, as in very sad times for the captain. That's right, because the captain was in love with his ship,
Well,
and now his ship was broken.
probably not his ship, technically.
Well,
Oh, shush.
Ooh.
Honeymoon knows that.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
And then we finished the spell. We went and tried to bring the ship into the whirlpool portal, and then we all woke up on a beach. At least we all, the
Yeah.
four of us that are players, woke up on the beach. No one knows what happened to everyone else, and as
Yeah.
far as I know, that's a pretty decent catch up of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a special magic called plot that made sure that all four of you were together.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind of magic, because that's also what keeps Tibeth alive half
Yeah.
the time.
All right. Yeah, that's a pretty apt recap. Thank you, Ian.
yeah.
On the note of the gun, let me see if I can pull that information sheet up for you, Joseph. How many? I didn't steal any rounds, did I?
I'll say you have 5 rounds.
Hell yeah.
Just for convenience sake, that like I will say that you retroactively retroactively say that you like grabbed the gun and like a handful of pellets.
Sick.
Nice. Yeet.
So that you
am
could
I-
continually fire at the non-existent Lautilla in the water.
I have. Where is it not connected? I thought I just clicked
works.
the.
It
Okay.
over here.
Yeah, you did the
It
pistol.
might be slow on your end. Yeah, you
there
got a
it is.
crit. Well done.
Well, I'm done.
Whoa! First crit of the game. Wait. Oh no.
Just shot at a bird.
But yeah, if
I just came off the boat. Ah, birds!
if we're all ready, are we all
Everyone's
ready to start?
Yeah. I'll close down.
Yeah, say bye to the chat, and we shall.
Bye,
Chat.
chat. I
begin.
Love
appreciate you,
you.
Mantico. We'll try to save Theo.
So,
All right.
you all wake on the sandy shores of this mysterious island, a land unfamiliar to you, and the jungle ahead echoes with chirps and cries of creatures unheard of by the world you come from. The beach you stand on has pieces of debris and cargo just strewn about. As you lay there, what do you do?
Phasos.
real-
Oh,
Sorry, real quick. Do we need music? And if so, may I pop one in the bot?
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't have any music for this moment because I thought it would pass quickly, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. It was just like
No,
setting
do it, do
music to- Okay.
cool. Yeah, Phasos is going to immediately bolt up and look around the wreckage. Damn it! He's gonna get up and he's gonna start looking for his jacket and any of his instruments.
Okay.
Yeah. Honeymoon. And I'm like, ugh. Just holding her head, trying to start shaking sand out of her clothes, and looking around, getting her bearings, trying to keep for any weird shit.
Attila sits up, notices her coils are empty, and starts frantically looking around for more people.
Phasos, you do see your jacket that seems to be like wedged in to a few pieces of kind of broken, splintered plywood.
Ooh.
Maybe like
Ply that wood across.
ply the wood across. You
Yes.
hear how as you try to ply the wood across, you hear a slight rip.
Ooh.
As he hears it, once again, damn it!
Honeymoon gets to her feet and sees him kind of sees the jacket, and she kind of totters over to him and looks over his shoulder, and with a very smug smile, she says, "You know, I could mend that for you if you
Don't
like."
you dare touch it!
Honeymoon holds up her hands, like, okay.
He kind of, wrings it out, trying to get some sand out and puts it on. How
Oh,
serendipitous.
in order to get it out, I'm gonna need you to do a sleight of hand check.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's
Oh no.
that's not good.
Oh
I'm not very
no.
good at those.
No.
Ooh. Yeah, as you pull it, you hear a little bit more ripping as you can see that there is a big like line across one of the shoulders. You're able to manage to pull a majority of it out unscathed, and you do brush off a lot of the sand, but you're gonna need a tailor to fix some of these threads.
Honeymoon is just standing there, kind of, just still smiling smugly, and she kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "Oh, are you quite sure about that?"
Quite. He kind of looks around. Does he notice any of his instruments about, or
They would have been kind of close by you, a little bit sanded up and a little wet, but none the worse for wear. Especially your parchment is mostly fine as you kept it close to your person. You still lack a writing utensil aside from the like really shoddy charcoal that you found, though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Phasos is gonna kind of go pick up his instruments, making sure that they're relatively well kept. But he's gonna glare at Honeymoon. Langley. Oh, how serendipitous it is that you, of all people, would end up here on this magical beach. That the one cartographer here who knows what he's doing with his skills and his hands has to scrounge, but oh, look at you. You're here with your magic cartography. I'm sure that, when you were doing that little ritual spell there, you weren't possibly, I don't know, summoning the Kraken to be able to get in my way. And he's just very frustratedly, at this point, messing with his bits.
Honeymoon just kind of listens with a raised eyebrow and like a little half smirk. How would she respond? She just kind of tilts her head with a coy smile, and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Jerame, you think too highly of me, and assume I think so highly of you." And she just turns and goes to help see what Tibeth is up to, and she goes, "Tibeth, darling, are you quite all right?"
Tibeth is like, you know how people, like, when they go down a water slide head first and they have like their arms tucked to their sides and stuff like that? That is their exact pose, just face planted in the sand. You can see that she made like a slid even, and there's like a little bit, like the sand has kind of glassed away a little bit because of her internal heat. So she's just there, and then like ever so often the waves come up and like tickle her toes, and like she just instinctively like twitches and goes, ah, ooh. But like she's just out cold otherwise.
Honeymoon starts to try to dig you out of the sand because if she needs all you fuckers alive.
Hello, darling.
Are you?
Where are we?
Honeymoon looks over her shoulder at the volcano spewing golden smoke and says, "An excellent question, but my first guess would be the Golden K."
Oh, excellent. We made it. Where's the ship?
Well,
And she's like looking around at the wreckage. Yeah, I just look around. It's like, oh, I see.
Yeah, none of us are quite sure what exactly happened to the ship and the rest of its occupants. With
Not
any luck,
even
we'll
the
find out.
captain?
No sign of him yet.
Oh, a shame. Who's the best captain I've served under yet?
Honeymoon thinks. Yeah, Honeymoon thinks, but doesn't say. Yeah, and he's my ride out. But she doesn't say that.
No, of course not. She looks around and she looks at. She catches Phasos struggling with his poor torn jacket. And it's like, oh, he looks much more like a pirate now. I think that would suit him.
I even offered to fix up his jacket for him, but he refused. So
I think he should keep it like that. It has a lot more flair. now.
I suppose
It looks less like an
has a bit of charm.
accountant.
Yeah, it's a bit less lawyerish.
Yes, yeah. I suppose we just gather up every way we can and search around for the rest. I'm not
Indeed.
sure.
Well, I mean, Phasos likes to say otherwise, but I am a map maker, and she looks up at the sky that is, I think you said it was distinctly different from the one that we knew, right, Joseph?
Yes. So being a stargazer, as you are, even during the bright daylight, just like how you can see the moon, I'm sure you have some skill kind of figuring out where you are via stars, even during the daytime in some way. And you can see that this one, the subtleties and nuance of the sky are very different to you, which is not something that you've ever experienced before, as the sky is always consistent in the lustrous expanse. Not here.
Yeah. Honeymoon kind of pulls out her little star map, and it's a scroll of black silk kind of capped with gold, and just starts kind of looking over it, and she says, but yeah, I think she's Mr. Jerame likes to say otherwise, but I am a map maker, and this place matches no sky I've ever seen. And she smiles a little, and she says, and I have to say I'm quite intrigued.
We're on a different sky? Under?
So it would seem. Also, real quick, I realized we didn't do any, like, intros, like just who we all are, Joseph.
Oh,
Should
yeah,
we do
that's
that?
right. Yeah, do you want to?
I don't know. I don't want to, like, disrupt the flow. I just was wondering if that's something we ought to do.
Well, because maybe this is, I mean no offense by this, but like considering that a lot of you guys don't do like online stuff. Well, I guess Kate does, and Eric.
No,
and,
don't worry about it.
like I felt because you don't have as big of
No,
an
all good.
online presence. But if you want to, you can say hi now.
Yeah, no, I just thought it'd be good to like just give a quick recap of like our characters.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Rapid fire. Go, Heather.
Die, Latilla, Snake Lady. I got muscles. Go.
Snuzzles.
Ian is Bezos Sharaim. You all know him. He's Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Eric.
Tibeth Ocean Song. I have a pistol now.
And Kate.
Honeymoon Langley, local hussy and map maker.
Yes, and they are all level 6 for those curious.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And back
See
to
ya.
the action.
Yeah, back to the action. Honeymoon will help Tibeth up, and she'll start making her way toward Latilla. What is
Latilla-
Latilla doing?
Yeah, what is
Latilla
Latilla
has
doing?
sat down on this chunk of wood after going to every other chunk of wood and flipping it over in the off chance someone is buried. And her head is just in her hands.
Flipping through them,
Well.
yeah, you don't find any person. You do find various different kind of pieces of ruined, soiled cargo. And through the searching, no roll required for this because the items are just there for you to find. You do find 2 potions of healing
Ooh.
Ooh.
and 2 daggers just kind of strewn about as well. Seemed like it may have belonged to someone.
Gotcha. Oh.
And 1 soaked blanket.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
They're just sitting on the log next to her then.
Yeah. Yeah, Honeymoon will sidle up and she'll be like, find anything useful?
One
Or
hand points to
informative?
the side.
Ah, well, better than nothing. And may I roll perception perhaps as Honeymoon kind of looks around, tries to take stock of the whole beach, see if anything else unusual catches her eye?
Yeah, if you wanted to do
just around.
a deeper look, yes.
Yes.
Give me a perception. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Bing bong.
Bing bong. Ooh,
Bing
that's
bong,
pretty
ding
good.
dong.
Yeah, you take a little scan of kind of the shore. You take a walk kind of across, staying within eyeshot of your companions so as to not lose sight of them. And you do find kind of various different signs of other crew members here. However, the footsteps that were there seem to be covered. You see faint signs of those footsteps kind of around,
Okay.
seeing as though they were perhaps there a little earlier than you guys, as some of it has been covered by, the air blowing, the wind blowing the sand.
Waves washing.
You do find a couple of more daggers, so that's 4 daggers total, seem to be dropped by, once again, also kind of like chipped up and stuff, but still functional as daggers. You do find some ruined food, various different fruits and vegetables that are not edible, what with how much sand and salt water has been covered through them.
Yeah.
thank you for the note, Heather. Ruined food.
Ruined food.
Yeah, Honeymoon, she's kind of kneeling in the sand, kind of with the like trailing fingertips over the footprints, and she says, "It looks like perhaps some of the other crew members were here, just washed up and left before we did."
And looking through this, I assume Phazos, you're taking in the environment as well.
Oh yeah, I was about to get to that whenever she was done. Yeah, Phazos is at this point. He took his charcoal. He kind of sharpened it with one of his daggers, and is already starting to kind of look at the coastline and draw some lines, and is doing some investigation of his
Now,
own.
pardon, this is just for convenience sake, that you both kind of get a little bit of lay of the land that you are on so far, as you both now have an idea of somewhat of a map where you
Oh,
are
Nice.
Yeah.
of the
Nice.
K.
Ah,
So far,
Yep.
you have mapped out the coastline.
nice.
That's about what he would be at. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And
Hell yeah.
functionally, you guys this map will come in handy
Ooh.
as you fill it out as well later on. But yeah, you
Nice.
two have.
Do we?
What's up?
I was gonna say, do we know where we're at on this map? approximately?
You are approximately about here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice. Cool.
All right.
Good. Yeah. He's getting those sketches down. He's checking his compass as well to see where north is and all this stuff. Is it all functioning as he's expecting his tools to function?
Yep, very much so. Although this is a different world, it still seems to function with the same kind of rules of physics that the Lustrous Expanse does. Same with you, Honeymoon. Although the sky is unfamiliar, it is still a sky. It's just going to be about as difficult as learning a different dialect for you.
Okay. Yeah, Honeymoon is kind of making, like, magicking little adjustments into her star scroll. Kind of taking a lot of measurement is the wrong word because she's not measuring anything. But a lot of references, like, to the sky, where it looks like other things are. Can we see anything else on the horizon?
Over the horizon, you do see a few clouds. A lot of them seem to circle around the island as opposed to going around a sort of global rotation.
Interesting. Honeymoon makes a note of that.
I would like to break Honeymoon from her reverie.
Yeah, as Honeymoon is kind of like... I imagine she's sort of like writing with the tip of a gold claw to make new additions to her star map. So how do you get her attention?
They slid through my coils, Honeymoon.
Oh, who did? Oh, I suppose you were sort of, I don't suppose grappling would be the right word.
Holding. They're just gone.
Well, based on some of these footprints that I've seen, perhaps they're not gone, they simply got here before we did, and have since moved inward. Or inland, rather. We may yet find them.
She looks uncertain, but she'll nod.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they could all just drowned or been eaten by whatever's on the island too, but one way to find out.
Tibet.
Those were the people.
Well,
Those were the people that jumped first.
Well,
Tibet, you wanted to do something.
Yes, while Honeymoon and Phazos are doing map stuff and Latilla is lamenting her friends, Tibet is going to she's going to take a quick scan to make sure that the other three aren't really paying attention to what she's doing, and she's going to start digging through the wreckage to see if she can find some more ammunition and also rope.
Give me your choice between investigation, perception, or survival.
I will do perception.
digging through kind of the various different pieces of wreckage, here's what happens. You kind of look through and it seems as though you think you see something, but then you don't. But as it turns out, you did see some ammunition, but you accidentally stepped on it, and by the time you see it again, it is washed away and pulled away by the tide.
Oh no!
no! Shoot! Solely for the comedy, since my passive perception is 23, can I have noticed this just to make an Anya face at Tibet?
An Anya face?
Hold on.
Please, I need a reference.
It's...
But yeah, no, she audibly said, no, shoot.
Not for you.
So no rope either, though, right?
Unless you started with rope, no.
No. Okay. Just making sure.
Eric, it is this face.
Oh my god. She doesn't catch it because again her perception's so low. But you can take pride in the fact that you are making that and she is not noticing.
Good.
But yeah.
So yeah.
That's all I wanted to do is Tibet.
Unfortunate luck.
So looking inland, Joseph, what do we kind of see?
You see lots and lots of tree line. Let me go back to the Golden K image. You see lots and lots of tree line. Kind of looking over with your high as shit perception, you can see that there is some subtle change in scenery, kind of implying a slight change of not quite biome, but just terrain. There are some parts where the tree line dips, particularly to the right. You see that it dips a lot, and to the left, you can see that from your experience as a map maker and cartographer, and you as well, Phazos, you can tell that whatever it is towards the left side seems to be more of a wetlands of some kind. And kind of straight down the middle seems to be very typical dense jungle.
Interesting.
This
Honeymoon
is going
will-
to be interesting to map.
Indeed. Yeah, Honeymoon relays kind of what they've sort of gotten an idea of. You know, how to the right seems less tree-y, to the left seems marshy, wetlandy, straight down the middle just seems just densely forested. And so, as we're all kind of powwowing, Honeymoon says, "So, I suppose now we ought to figure out how we move forward."
With that, I agree with you. We can't just stay on this beach for the entire time.
Well, the way I see it, we have three options. We could either try to find the rest of our compatriots by following the footprints. We could try to go straight to the treasure, as it were, the where I assume is held in that volcano over there, hence the billowing smoke. Or we could try to work our way around the circumference of the island to properly map it before we go more inward.
I do like the idea of a circumference map. It would be helpful to know the exact parameters about how far we'd have to move in order to cross it, but without any real knowledge of how big the island is, that could take us quite a long time.
Quite true.
My main purpose for being contracted here was to protect the people in the ship. I have you three. I would like to follow the footprints.
All right.
I, for one, would love to see the treasure about now.
Well,
There has to be some reason for all of this, you know?
well, Honeymoon kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Tibeth, we're trapped on an island. One way or another, we're going to find all of these things."
Before we die, right?
What?
Yes.
Hopefully. We have no guarantee, of course.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So prioritize, you know.
Well, Honeymoon looks kind of inland and says, "I admit I'm a bit torn. I think that mapping out the circumference of the island is quite useful, but I also think making forward progress directly towards answers would also be good, and I think both the footprints and the treasure we will find further inland. So, personally, I'm leaning towards either following the footprints or finishing our perimeter map."
I believe, looking at the terrain ahead, there are some high points of vision. Perhaps we could find somewhere high up that we could accomplish both going inland and being able to see the perimeter of the island.
Like
Sure,
the
it won't be
mountain
as...
where
well,
the
yes,
treasure
the
is.
volcano. Of course, the volcano. Tibeth, we're going to the volcano, eventually. But rushing headlong into unknown danger is dangerous. Just a thought.
Good
Like we
point,
did with the
Bezos.
whirlpool just back there.
That
Well,
was
we
a
had
good point.
very
we
little
didn't
other
rush into that.
choice.
Additionally, we might want to rest here. Did anyone get injured?
Yes. Yes, I had. I was battered.
I got a little injured.
I could take a short
I
rest.
am hurt.
It scraped.
Yeah, let's rest in the shade over there.
Is this a proc for a short rest then?
Yes.
I think
I
so,
believe
yeah.
so.
All right.
Yep.
You guys spend 30 minutes to an hour short resting, licking your wounds, making sure all is like wrapping them in bandages and whatever kind of leftover debris you can find around.
Nice.
Think
How do
my
I-
wild shape resets. Yes.
How do you do hit die in
Yeah.
D&D Beyond?
That's a good question, Mega Man.
We should just be able to like roll 20. Like it just add
Yeah,
our
you can
con bonus
just
to
roll
hand.
your hit die size and then add your con mod if you have that.
Plus.
In the meantime,
my
I will
hit die
look.
is a little bit confusing.
I will look for hit dice.
Oh yeah, I guess it would
Oh
be.
yeah, that's right. Well, you have 2 levels in fighter and 2 in monk, right?
Ooh.
No, I have 3 rogue, 1
That puts me
barbarian,
back
2
up to
fighter.
full.
Okay, so that means you have 3 d8s, 1 d12, and 1 d10.
Great. Awesome.
So you can choose which of those you want to use.
I'll do my 3d8.
There we go.
There we go.
I will also do 3d8.
Nice. I'm sticking with my 1 because that topped me off.
Ooh, that would be nice to be topped off. I am not topped off. Can I roll a?
Did you guys
more
add
of
your
those or
con
no?
mods to all those?
Oh no, I didn't.
You
Thank
add your
for
con mod for
reminding me.
each one you roll, by the way.
Ah, okay, good. That's another.
Oh god, that's another 9 for me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm over half now. I'm feeling a little bit more reasonable. Phazos got real hit.
Man, you
Honeymoon
guys are
might hear you if you
tanky.
ask her nicely.
You guys have a lot of constitution.
Yes.
Like
Please
all
just
of
do
you.
I mean,
for now.
I mean, Tibeth has been out on the open waters for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
three of you are like melee or weapon builds.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Honeymoon is there to look pretty and
Do
do
one
shit
more.
from very far away.
I'll do one more roll. Come back here.
Yeah, the last
so I can
session
only...
that
Ooh.
Nice.
last session that Kraken arm coming out of the water by Honeymoon was the worst thing ever.
And just making sure, I can only roll my hit die for one of my classes per short rest, or
If you do, I'm gonna say you can roll any of them.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
I
that
did my
is
rogues,
more fun.
So.
Yeah. So you can hypothetically, if you wanted to, you can roll your barbarian
Roll my
one if you
barbarians
so
as
wish.
well,
Yeah.
Just to put a little bit more on there.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Great, awesome. Feeling much happier.
Yep.
All right.
Tibeth is topped off. She
yeah.
doesn't have burning hands because that requires a long rest, but it is a-okay.
So as you take
She has a
in
gun.
you take in your surroundings and you rest up and kind of patch yourselves up. What is the decision you guys want to do? What are the votes here? I know Honeymoon said either take perimeter of the island or go inwards. Latilla voted going inwards. Tibeth voted going inwards. So I think that is 3 votes for going inwards.
Oh, I used the wrong dice. I'm just going flipping.
Phazos votes for going inwards and specifically inwards and upwards.
Upwards,
Yeah.
okay.
Might
So
be
I
good
guess
to head to the right-ish, since
Yeah,
I was less
that-
forested.
that
is
means
Phazos's.
you guys head inwards then, inland.
Yeah,
Inland
I
and
think we're-
rightish.
Following the footprints, seeing where they take us.
Okay.
Alright.
So you follow the footprints, and because this is unknown territory, we're going to go back to the blank map. And so here, we're going to do another skill challenge.
Oh!
You begin your trek through the jungle, charting your course along the way, and you hear the echoes of various creatures. Some of them sound very bird-like, some of them you can't quite pinpoint what they are. And as you traverse throughout the jungle, you start to realize that you can easily get lost, and you need some expert navigation to make sure you aren't going in circles. So we're going to roll for initiative to begin our skill challenge.
Oh, I have no token.
Challenge.
We have no token to click.
Can
It's
I
okay.
pop? Yeah.
Oh, you have no token to click. You can, yeah, whoops.
Oh yeah, we can drag and drop.
Hold on, for some reason,
There we go.
why is the stuff on there? That shouldn't be there. Let me
Yeah,
reload.
there's many things.
Yeah, there's crew and Kraken. They shouldn't be there. Boop,
I'm
boop.
already on the volcano!
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Look at you. Okay, let's roll initiative.
There we go.
Ooh, fun.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
No, I don't want to go.
Womp.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my rolls are continuing to not be great.
Wait,
Don't forget to click on
Yeah,
it.
you got to select your token
I
as well.
I had to.
Yeah.
I
oops.
clicked on it and then clicked off of it and then hit initiative.
Yeah, wait,
Hey.
to that. Okay,
That's
Tibby,
basically the same.
I got a question. So you're a swashbuckler, right?
Yes.
You should also be adding your charisma, not just your dex.
Mhm. Yeah, you
To
get
what?
to add your charisma to your initiative.
Yeah.
My initiative's +4.
Is
Yeah,
that
so it
is
is
that
that plus your dex and your charisma?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
it's already doing that. Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
Okay, and
I appreciate it, thank you.
Lautilla, you mind doing it again to put yourself on the board?
Did it not come in? I
No.
clicked.
Uh,
Why?
Well,
It rolled,
came
but it didn't
in.
put it in the initiative order. We can just change it to your 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please work.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I clicked
Ah.
this time. I don't know what
Bezos is
happened.
last again.
All right. So you can go ahead and change that for 14 because for some reason the numpad on my laptop's not working. But
Okay.
so yes, the thick jungles of the Golden K are foreign to all of you. It's uncharted territory in every sense. And as a result, it may take you some time to find your heading in it. With 6 successes, you will manage to get yourself a lay of the land and be able to make a better decision on where you wish to go on the island, in the sense where I will give you options. 6 successes will give you the options of where you wish to go. However, with 3 failures, you will get lost and head into a path you did not choose. Maybe even wasting precious daylight hours while you're at it, which may risk your chances of finding help and a way off the island.
Well, half of us have dark vision. It's fine.
Knowing this, Tibeth, first up, what do you do?
To Beth,
Do your to best.
she is. She's first gonna take note that the trees are. Well, actually, can you describe the trees for me? I don't want to assume.
Oh,
you
yeah,
said it's jungly.
It's very jungly, so yeah, your typical tropical trees, your coconut-bearing, technically grass trees.
So kind of tall, kind of skinny.
Yeah,
right?
tall, skinny, kind of steppy, like the ridges that they tend to have.
Perfect. Okay, so then Tibeth is going to take note of the trees, and she's gonna go, those are very similar to crow's nest, aren't they not? And she's going to scurry up one of them to see if she can get a better lay of the land from up there. So she's gonna do an acrobatics check.
Yeah, go
if
ahead.
That is okay.
Yep. Nice. That is one success.
Very nice.
You carry yourself up to the top of the tree line, scouring out, and you can see a nicer kind of layout of the situation of the island. Well done.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You feed the information back to your party, and they get a little bit better information on the land.
Nice.
Next, Lautilla.
I would like to do some athletics to better help clear the path.
Ah, okay. Yes, starting like karate chopping the the vines out of the way. Go ahead. Give me athletics.
Please.
Yes, that's another success. You push over logs and broken down trees. You move boulders. You just kind of stomp down firm ground for people to traverse, and makes the overall traversal experience for taking in the survey of the land a lot easier for your party. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Honeymoon.
All right. Honeymoon is her. Okay. Honeymoon is going to fall back on some on some survival skills of hers. She is going to do a lot of taking account of like sun position, observing just the foliage, what kind of plants and creatures she sees around, doing her best to keep track of the footprints, which ways they're headed, how old they are. I would like to use survival, please.
Go ahead and give me a survival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay,
Alright.
yes. You find tracks and trails. You see kind of where whatever animals were around in this area, like kind of where they use kind of the terrain to traverse, and just seeing what is around. And you notice some plants that, although unfamiliar to you, have kind of similar characteristics as plants in the real world. Your world, that you notice might be a little bit dangerous, and you are able to swerve out of the way of those as well. Mm-hmm. Good job. Another success.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Phazos. Here's your
Okay.
chance to make
We're
up.
halfway there.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Oh.
Come on, Phazos.
Okay,
Come on,
so
Bezos, you can do
Phazos
it.
is going to be studying the movement of the different animals as we're kind of passing through, with his insight on how things move and how things, go about their kind of what their their body language about like kind of where they feel they seem to be feeling like more comfortable to going towards. And he's going to be trying to kind of use that to figure out where more dangerous parts might be and to avoid them.
I like that. Let's go.
You're doing the Skyrim thing of following the fox to the treasure.
Okay, yep, that's going to be another success.
Yay!
Very good. You do see kind of the odd animals, some odd creatures around. Some of them seemingly segmented animals that are still holding themselves together somehow with some kind of magical effect. You didn't quite get a good glance, but you see kind of the pattern of where they're moving, and you follow them along as you notice the paths that they avoid kind of. You're not able to see the danger immediately, but following their example, you notice, oh, that led to a large pit. Oh, that led into some more poisonous plants that Honeymoon pointed out. Good job. You're able to traverse the land a little bit more.
We're doing good, guys. Go.
Tibeth, you have 4 successes, no failures so far.
Yeah. Okay. So I assume that we can't use the same skill twice, right?
Nope.
Okay. Then, Tibeth, what she's going to do after she's done with her surveying up from the treetops is she's going to change tactic and go on to the ground floor, and she's going to help try to clear away any thorny underbrush as carefully as she can without getting hurt herself. So she's going to try to do a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. All right, let's see.
Nice.
Hey!
think
With
that
a crit,
crosses
that's
off.
going to be 2 successes.
Fuck
Bravo.
yeah!
And you clear the path, you stay wary of any potentially dangerous scenarios. You're like about to cut one vine, but you notice that it's the only thing holding up a massive log that's about to topple, and you're like, nope. And you cut something else. And you do enough of that you guys get a nice lay of the map. And 1 second, let me go to the map real quick. And you draw out kind of the options of what you were able to glean from the island. 3 different paths. You have the path straight forward, which is the jungle, very familiar to you now, kind of the most straightforward to follow. Kind of, you know what to expect now, and you might be able to, through familiarity, traverse through it very easily. However, to the right, you see you have an inkling that it is the path towards a dried up lake of some sorts, where you will not have a lot in your path. However, it will leave you exposed since there's not a lot of cover to be there, and potential danger could notice you, as this is an unknown island with unknown creatures. But it does give you the least amount of kind of obstacles traversing it. And to the left there, you realize that there's possibly some running water, perhaps a river, that might lead you into some fauna of some sorts, which could be potential danger, but it is also an easy way to keep track of your steps if you get lost. Which path do you choose?
So I have a question. Were we able to kind of glean where some of those footprints we saw, if they headed in any particular direction?
Yes. They headed towards the river.
Honeymoon will...
I guess.
Yeah, Honeymoon will relay this to everyone.
I wouldn't have given you that information, but you had no failures, so I think you've earned it.
Yay.
Yeah! Woo!
Good job,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Woo.
Even Phazos pulled his weight.
Hell yeah.
You put your back into it.
Yeah, I paved the way. Phazos is going to kind of think about it for a moment. Running water is often the place where civilizations would, put down their roots. Plus, it gives us access to fresh water, if it is indeed fresh. So, perhaps that would be our most logical way to go, though I will admit the open line of sight in the dry bed would be nice for mapping.
The river could also be useful for mapping. It won't tell us much about the perimeter, but the useful pathway and could lead us to any bodies of water.
Out of character, do we have to worry about food and water? Like,
Considering
and
you
stuff
start
like
with 10 days of rations, and I highly doubt you're going to spend 10 days here, No.
Okay. Just
Joke's on
wanted
you.
to.
This
You
is our-
can you can, for RP reasons, though.
This is our-
You can for RP reasons, though.
Okay. Yeah. No. If I was gonna do it, it's gonna be for RP reasons. But I wanted to make sure that there was no actual like.
Yeah,
mechanical
mechanically
need for it.
wise, no.
Yeah, Joke's on you. This is our Minecraft server, and we're living here now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Tibeth then's gonna take this all in. Well, we are most familiar with the jungle, though, since we've been here the longest. And it's the shortest path at this point to the volcano. So I wouldn't entirely dismiss our current path, but if we were more dead set on finding our compatriots, the river might be the best place to go.
People
Locked
do
over?
follow rivers. I'm good to keep going that way.
Yeah. Honeymoon, she considers for a while and says, I think I'm leaning a bit more towards following the river.
Phasos is going to kind of take a deep breath as he's preparing himself. I agree.
Honeymoon gives him a knife cat smile.
No,
He's so
knife
disappointed that he agrees.
Agree with honeymoon or draw 25. Phasers has a full hand.
Well,
All right, so you
I
guys are
believe
gonna
that's
head
what
down
it
the river path then.
yes, sir.
Down the river.
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie. So, as you trek through the river, I'm gonna pull you to another thing. Whoopah!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Whoa! Holy
I
shit!
did not draw this. This is some stock
Joseph,
image
this is
that
amazing. You did great.
Bruh.
that I pulled from Google. I did not
Amazing.
paint this. But as you trek through the path towards the river, you can see that there are those strange fauna that you saw. They seem kind of somewhat resembling the creatures that you see in your world. Some of them kind of look like deer, perhaps, but again, segmented and maybe made out of a certain type of wood. And as you know, before you even get a second glance at them, they kind of dart away at your presence. And you hear rustling in the trees around you nearby the river.
Joseph, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. Seeing these strange creatures, how they're made and dart off so quickly, Honeymoon is wondering about, various planes of existence that she learned about in her Star Druid training. Would you permit me to roll Arcana to see if I might have any inkling as to if we might be on a different plane of existence, and if so, what?
Yes, you may.
Hee hee. Bing bong.
Okay,
I've
with
gotta stop saying
Arcana,
that.
you do know that you have a
love
strong sense that this is another plane of existence. It's not one you've heard of. This is,
Oh.
of course, new for you, and as the information of the Golden K was new to you as well, since it's not a very studied location. The most information you've gotten was from the book and conversation you had with Captain Rackmorn, as this place is in a land called the Outer Sea, apparently. Whatever this place is, that is the closest thing you know to a kind of description for it. The Outer Sea.
All right. Ooh. Yeah, Honeymoon ponders this and is troubled. But she's also
This is-
very interested.
There's some odd-looking creatures, don't you think?
Very
Why
much
do
so.
they look like holiday statues?
What?
Why do they look like holiday statues? Have you ever seen
holiday-
like the wooden deer that
Yeah.
they put out around Christmas time?
Well, wherever we are, I don't think it's on the material plane.
Just then, a creature drops down,
Yeah.
hanging from a vine right in front
Please
of your
God, no
face.
spider. Me?
Yep, right in front of your face. You can see that it is just like darting around and just like drops down right in front of you, and you see this.
Hi.
Whoa!
Hi, little man.
And this is
Honeymoon freezes.
This is similar to what kind of the deer-like creatures look like. Segmented pieces of floating bark and leaves and non-distinct tree fruits held together with an arcane energy of some sort. And it turns what looks like limbs around as if they were on a frictionless pivot, kind of spinning around. And it looks like it's got almost like a masky face looking at you with two holes that kind of tilts back and forth at angles, inquisitively looking at you. And the rest of you can see that there are dozens of these hanging in the trees just looking at you.
This is sick.
Phazos kind of looks around. Ah, the natives.
Yeah. Honeymoon, like, after she freezes, she's kind of stares at the thing, glances away, back at it, and says, and kind of lifts a hand tentatively and says, "Hello."
It drops from its vine and kind of starts to skitter around your feet and just kind of like putting its little hand-like things, kind of very scratchy bark, kind of scratching at your feet a bit, kind of skittering around, and a few other ones kind of start to inspect the lot of you as well, looking around, just checking you. They seem very intrigued.
Honeymoon,
I'm very thankful that they're very friendly, but I don't believe I'm the best for them to be around.
Honeymoon kneels down and kind of holds out a hand for them to inspect. She's thinking of them like when you greet a new dog.
Its hands are very small, and one hand is able to kind of like cover your one entire finger, and they kind of like holding it by two fingers and just kind of tilting it, lifting it up and down.
Yeah, Honeymoon's just letting them like poke around at like her hand and her tail and like just, and letting them investigate.
Perhaps these natives could be of use to us. They seem friendly enough. Maybe we could get them to provide some assistance.
Worth a shot.
I feel like they've provided enough already. I feel great now. They're adorable little guys.
As you say this,
my mood has lifted.
There's like 8 of them hanging around you. Just like one of them is hanging like just like nested in your hair. There's one just like hanging off of your arm.
Well, they have to be powerful of some sort because this one isn't burning, and she points to the one directly in her hair.
Well, Honeymoon, shot in the dark, and says in Abyssal, "Hello, do you speak this language?"
They all, like all of them, stop what they're doing and immediately like all center their faces towards you.
Okay.
They don't say anything back, but they all have reacted to that sentence in Abyssal.
Okay.
They stand at attention.
Okay. Honeymoon kind of raises her eyebrows. And she continues in Abyssal. Our ship crashed on the beach, and we're looking for some of our friends who might have come this way. Have you happened to have seen any of them? People that look like us?
The one that was closest to you, Honeymoon, kind of like spins its like, without turning its body, spins the face of it around to the back, pointing towards all the other creatures of itself, takes 2 of its limbs and kind of bangs itself on its face like a drum. And then the rest of them all in chorus. And they all kind of skitter away from you and start to all head in a funneled direction.
Honeymoon gets up and starts to follow.
That was quite the performance you had them do. But what are we doing?
Well, I asked them if they might have seen any people like us. So I guess they might be showing us the way.
I trust
Honeymoon,
them. And she starts walking forward.
Yeah. So Honeymoon's following.
Phazos is going to kind of grumble for a moment and then follow.
Hey, you were the one who wanted them to offer assistance, and here they are.
Yes, I suppose, but of course. Langley. Anyway. Let's just go.
Sorry, I get results, bitch.
So as you follow them through with your high shit perception, while you are following them, they slowly lead you away from the river but you see something in the water, something big,
Oh.
and it was watching.
Honeymoon. Who's closest to me? Like to Beth?
Probably to Beth, because she seemed to
Unless
be
you're
the second.
unless you're
Yeah.
pissing off Phasos.
No. Honeymoon's busy following these guys. Honeymoon's too busy getting shit done.
Oh.
Honeymoon kind of like sees that thing. Her eyes widen just a hair, and as she's, as we're following these little dudes, she leans slightly over to Beth and whispers, like just so that she can hear. I think there's something large in the river that is watching us.
You don't suppose that might be where our friends had headed to originally, huh?
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Either case, I would keep that information away from Lotilla just in case.
Well, I don't think that's necessary, but just be on your guard. But these
Will
little
do.
fellas, they seem to be leading us away from us, so, that bodes well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a hippo.
Well, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
And terrifying.
Regardless, Tibet's concern is that whatever was in there pretty much killed the crew.
Yeah, we know.
If these little guys are leading us away, and he doesn't want, and Tibet doesn't want Lotilla to be worried about our guys.
Okay.
As the little guys are leading you, specifically you, Phasos, just like mapping the terrain and looking around, you notice that the path they lead you, it takes you away from the original footsteps that you were following, and footsteps that on closer inspection look more authentic than the other ones
Ooh.
by the river.
Oh.
That
Ooh.
only inspecting them retroactively do you realize, wait, those other ones don't look as real as these.
Ooh.
Phasos is going to notice that. He's going to note it to himself. He's just going to keep going.
All right, so you follow the little guys. After a little bit more traversal, you come across. They lead you and kind of split after reaching sort of a stopping point, and they all kind of traverse in like a T outwards after they reach the point, which is a massive pair of stone doors, and it seems to lead into some kind of man-made structure of some kind. The stone brick walls that make up the structure seem very, very old and cracked, but covered in overgrowth. And it seems to be holding fast despite all the kind of roots that have been growing into it.
Huh.
And the one that initially came to you, Honeymoon, just kind of stands there in the center almost as like a lead and takes its limbs and bangs against its face, its barky face, one more time. And just hops and rolls off and climbs up to the vines, swinging it out. And they all just kind of sit, framing you guys in the trees.
Huh. Honeymoon asks. Oh, sorry.
Well, no, you go ahead first. You go ahead.
Honeymoon kind of glances between the little guys and in Abyssal asks them, "Are we allowed inside?"
You see the main lead one just kind of takes its one of its fists and just kind of bangs its head.
Okay, still in Abyssal, she says, I'm going to take that as a yes. Stop us if you actually didn't want us to go in. And she will start cautiously approaching those doors.
Before we get too close to the doors, Tibet is going to turn around and face the little dudes up in the trees. He goes, thank you. I hope this is the right way. And she knocks on her face like they do with their bark face. And like makes the noise with her mouth.
Yeah, the little clicky noise thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do it back at you. They seem very excited at that. Like
Hell yeah. And then she's going to smile and turn back around and go with the party.
that was cute. Give yourself an inspiration for that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the
Ah.
big stone doors, on close inspection, you can see that it's got a lot of overgrowth of moss, but it looks otherwise sturdy. There's barely a crack in these doors.
Okay.
Yes, we should inspect.
Yeah, a question, Joseph. would you permit me to roll history as I sort of take in the style of the door, sort of the age, and try to compare it against my knowledge of like different cultures and architectures and just or any motifs that I'm familiar with?
Give
and
me
just
your
see if,
history score, because this is one of those where it's like, even if you fail, we're gonna like you're gonna take the time. What is your history score?
+3.
Oh, +3. That's pretty good. Okay. So this does look like architecture that may be made by people, like sentient, sapient people from your world, from ancient times. You know, it seems like something very familiar for once, something that could have been made. It's not one-to-one from anything that you've seen in history, but you could put this in a history museum and someone would think, oh yeah, it's from this era.
Interesting.
Like somebody made doors out of Stonehenge or some shit.
Yeah. It's like if somebody made a sequel to Stonehenge.
Stonehenge 2,
Yeah.
doors.
And it's like, oh yeah, of course they would have made a sequel to Stonehenge. They had the
Yeah,
technology.
Stonehenge was so popular.
Look at all that tourists.
Yeah, Phasos is going to, take a little break from all his mapping and stuff. He's going to draw the doors on his map just to kind of get a sense of where it is.
To give you a little bit slight meta information, it is entirely possible that someone from your world could have made these doors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish to touch the doors.
that was Phasos'
You touch, as you lay your hand on the door, like the instant the teeniest atom of your finger touches it, an ethereal hand punches you,
Holy
coming
shit.
out from out of the door, and just
my.
like you just fall on your back onto the dirt. And the
dear.
ethereal fist just slowly comes back. You don't take any damage, but you do feel like the wind knocked out of you, and all the little like creatures just kind of rattle and like hit their masks, almost in like laughing.
I sit up
I'm
looking
complaining.
very confused.
Are you all right,
Wait.
darling?
I was punched by a door.
No, I saw.
Uh,
Interesting.
Is the door already open, or is it
No,
closed?
it is closed. It is sealed shut.
Okay. Well, we have permission to go inside, and yet
Oh.
it sucker punches muscle. Interesting.
You see her get up and like go up to her full height.
Oh.
I would be careful with how many fists are back there. That's ethereal, so there could be a lot.
Phasos is going to see all this, and he's going to inky tendrils himself using his tattoos as this kind of ink comes out, and he's going to try to see if he can kind of ink his tendrils in between the seam of the door. See if it reacts to that.
You slowly put your inky tendrils kind of through to the seam of the door to try and maybe wedge it in, and the same thing happens. A big fist, ethereal fist, comes almost like from through the door, as big as you, just knocks you on your butt.
Ugh.
I was about to. My second question was going to be, how big is this fist?
Oh, the fist is like massive. It's like one finger is like the size of your arm.
Okay.
Touching it
I was gonna.
is not the answer.
Theme.
Hmm.
Honeymoon kind of turns toward the little dudes hanging around in the trees, and she gives him a broad smile, and she says, "It seems to be some sort of game to get in, isn't it? I like games. Won't you teach us how to play?" In Abyssal.
Give me a persuasion.
Let's see. They think it's too funny to watch us get punched.
That's exactly what they think. They kind of rattle with the same kind of fun look that they gave when Latilla was knocked on her butt, and also Phasos as well. They all seem to be enjoying this very much.
I do not have a butt.
Well,
On your snake tail.
would you permit me to roll Arcana to see if I might have any inkling how to fucking handle this?
Yes.
All right.
While she's doing that, Tibeth
Yep.
is gonna go grab a stick.
Well, Bad rolls had to come in sometime.
All right, Arcana, you can tell that this might need some kind of very specific ritual. What that might be, who knows?
Tibeth, as you're wrapping up your Arcana check, Tibeth returns with her stick. Goes, let's try this, and she's going to like at full extension of her arm and the stick, gently tap the door.
You tap the door, and the fist comes out and punches you.
Oh God, Jesus!
And you can hear both Lautilla and Honeymoon. You hear in Abyssal,
Ooh.
such rudeness.
I was trying to knock.
You
Honeymoon.
can't hear it.
Honeymoon steps up to the door and, not touching it, but curtsies and then holds out her hand.
A tiny, smaller in comparison, ethereal hand comes out and takes it, shakes it, and the doors open.
Honeymoon throws the group a very coy smile over her shoulder and says, well, shall we? And she starts walking in.
Oh, God.
Did anybody?
The
What?
door spoke.
Oh, I see. Well,
She's gonna get up, dust herself off, look back to the little dudes. What are they doing now?
They all seem to be satisfied. You see they're starting to kind of disperse. A few of them do a little knocks against their mask amongst themselves, kind of communicating. A few of them stay and watch for a little bit, but it seems they've had their fun.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, she's gonna cast aside her stick and join Langley inside.
Alright.
Yeah, Phazos is gonna get up and dust himself off. Sigh again, because Langley's just solving all these problems. Yep, he mutters it under his breath as he walks in, taking detailed notes as he does so.
I'm beginning to
Dinkelberg.
understand the distaste. And
What?
she can also go in.
Hey!
All right.
I was gonna say you could start like taking the fucking D4 of psychic damage every time Honeymoon does something successful.
oh, Langley.
Fuck you guys. Honeymoon's a delight.
She is a delight. No, I'm just saying to
very
further
funny.
enforce the schism you two have.
Yeah.
She's
All
like,
right, so
she's like, what's her name? Princess from the Powerpuff Girls, where everybody in universe hates her, but everyone out of universe loves her.
Wait, who loves her out of universe?
Well, maybe that's not a
I
great
don't know.
example because Princess is awful, but I'm trying to come up with a better example, but I
It's
can't.
fine.
Anyway,
I heard somebody gasp, so I definitely insulted someone. So I
Anyway,
apologize, but
you guys head inside, and as you all step in, the doors behind you immediately close shut. Boom!
Good.
And a lot of dust kind of comes up around you. It is very dusty and musty, and the only dim light that comes through are the cracks in the ceiling of the stone structure. And I'm going to bring you over to another map. Welcome to La Dungeon. You can see yourselves at the
Dungeon.
bottom center.
Very, very bottom. Okay.
Once it loads in, for some reason the resolution is real janky right now.
There it is.
Okay.
can we before we start beginning on this dungeon, can we take a quick break?
Yeah, you know what? This is a good place for a break. Let's take 10 minutes, so 35 past the hour.
Great.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll be right
Alrighty.
back.
Yeah.
Same.
So pause. I'm also gonna go get a snack.
Nice.
Today's gonna be the last day for my second set of Invisalign. Tomorrow I get to move on to set
Ooh.
3.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know you were
congratulations.
doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think there's 14 in total, something like that.
Wow.
Much faster than braces, but annoying the first few days of a new set because it's like
Absolutely.
new adjustment for your teeth. It's like Mojo Jojo. Actually, that's a better comparison. Yeah, everybody in universe hates Mojo Jojo, but everyone outside of universe likes Mojo Jojo.
It's true.
Oh,
It was just so much fun. Oh, did you see that thing that Mojo Jojo's way of speaking was based on the old DC book where Lex Luthor stole 10 cakes or something?
What?
Yeah, that Lex Luthor just stole 10 cakes. That's terrible. Like the way of his speaking was based on that kind of
Ah, I
cadence.
see. Amazing.
Yeah.
40 cakes.
40 cakes, thank you.
That sounds a little more like Lex Luthor. He's very ambitious.
Yeah. It's as much as 4 10s, yes, thank you.
I'll go grab a snack.
Nice.
Going back through the chat, somebody said Phasos is Honeymoon's preferred enemy. and Honeymoon likewise. Good. BRB real quick.
Yep.
I was getting a snack.
We'll go back.
I'm so glad Honeymoon is so insufferable.
It's perfectly done. Just the spice on the cake.
Yeah. Honeymoon would say in character, "Sorry, I'm better than everyone," and then they would all hate her more.
Just push you off a cliff at some point.
Well, no one was looking. Honeymoon stole Jerame's heart. That's terrible.
God, if that were the end result.
God, that would I
He's
do
loved her
think
the whole time.
I do think rivals to lovers is very funny, but I don't think it would ever happen with Phasos.
No, but it would be very funny. That's one of my favorite tropes.
It's very good. Honeymoon is full on Mean Girls. Tell a story about Joe while he's getting a snack. The name JoCat came from one of our high school friends. It was just something she called him.
JoCat used to be known in our high school as the guy who made really good cookies.
Brownies.
Brownies, thank you.
Honeymoon is that rich friend that is shocked you don't also have a butler.
JoCat's gone. Quick, everyone say something nice about him.
He's a good boss.
I'm glad. He's a good fella.
No, just normal brownies.
Ah yes, his cake box brownie recipe still penned in general chat.
Yeah,
Alright,
the other
over
day I
time.
was hanging.
Fun fact, those little creatures are heavily inspired by some monsters from Kingdoms of Amalur called boggarts. Because I really like the design of those things.
Gotcha.
So I stole it.
Okay.
Hit against pastels. I don't know. I think they're not really her vibe, but I don't think she dislikes them.
They have a place, just not on me.
She likes glittery, shiny shit.
I make brownies? Yeah, of course I make brownies. I've been making brownies since high school. Maybe a little bit before that, actually. I don't know. For a very long time, it was a thing that I did. Frosting on brownies sounds delicious. I believe it's not always needed, but it is nice.
A paladin warlock, what should his name be? Depends on what his vibe is.
Biff jerky. The
Rabbit.
biff is for the beef from the paladin side, and jerky from the warlock side, because you gotta be a little bit jerky when you're a warlock. That's how you can't be passive. You gotta be assertive. Establish your boundaries. Can't just let your patron walk all over you.
Yeah.
Especially a paladin warlock, because you got two things potentially that you gotta, like, maybe you don't, but you potentially have two things you gotta uphold. So you gotta make sure that you can hold your ground. What if I'm into my patron walking on me? Then you are not a warlock. You are a summon. You're the summon here.
You're a simp.
Oh, Anna.
You know the unseen servant. That's you.
Hello, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. What's been
We'll
going
spell
on
for
with
boobs,
chat?
yes. Attila is a Laticata snake.
A few things. A Laticata snake.
Bruh.
I've been, dude. That reminds me. My 600-page shark book came in. I have been learning so many fucking shark facts.
Good deal.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's not a snake fact, but if you guys.
Oh yeah, there's a hole. There's a niche that's missing now that Dabby isn't here to give his banana facts.
Oh yeah. Snake
let's see.
facts.
Every stream he would give a banana fact, and now there's no one to fill that niche anymore.
Yeah.
Snake fact. Snake fact. How to easily tell generally if a snake is venomous is if it's got a round head, it's safe. If it's got a triangular, angular head, it's usually poisonous. Venomous, rather.
Snake fact. They have no arms
Or legs.
or legs. I'm going to force you all to listen to my shark facts.
Oh no.
So the one that stands out most to me. Well, first of all, sharks are evolution's specialist favorite as boys because they have survived in some form or fashion through all 5 of the largest extinction events in like Earth's history. An upsetting shark fact. It's probably not that upsetting, but it upsets me a little bit. Is that so? When humans exert themselves, we exercise and we need to get more blood around our bodies. The way our bodies do that is they increase our heart rate. They increase how many times it's beating. Sharks, when they exert themselves, they don't do that. Instead, they don't change how many times their heart beats. They change the volume of blood being pumped. And the way they do that is the chambers of their heart don't just pump blood, they also store it. To just kind of have as a special little treat, a little nitro when they need it.
So does that mean they can like open and close the different like the
Chambers.
vascals of their hearts?
I don't know.
Oh,
The book
alright.
didn't say. The book just said that that's how they do that. So yeah.
I know another that's really cool. They can store blood in their heart.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know a separate snake fact, or I guess a lack of snake fact. New Zealand has no snakes.
Wow.
Oh,
0.
Ireland has no snakes.
Weird.
In fact,
Actually,
New
I don't know
Zealand
if that's true anymore.
New Zealand has such a lack of predators, it's one of the only reasons why Kiwis have survived. It's not because they have any survival instincts or evolution. They are one of the most useless birds when it comes to contributing to an ecosystem. But it's
There
just
you go.
because it's so
They
the
don't have
environment
predators.
is so not dangerous. It's so baby proof that Kiwis can survive. They're just stupid baby birds, and I love them.
They're pretty good. They're shaped to be held.
They are. Yeah.
They are the shape of
Oh.
things.
I am back.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
welcome back.
You missed my shark
Hello.
fact.
Sorry.
Should be.
Sharks.
You'll have to check the
Uh,
VOD.
I'm gonna steal a fact from chat. Fact: sharks do not have a 401k.
Oh,
Well,
What the fuck,
shame.
sharks? Y'all gotta get your shit together,
I
man.
stole that from
it's
chat.
important.
uh,
It's a very important thing.
Stick of stickiness when? Well, now that I said it, I can't put it in this game because then it's not a surprise anymore.
Oh.
Damn. No, see,
That
that's
was
what
the
I had.
whole point that my character was revolving around. Was
Try to find the
the-
stick of stickiness.
The stick that I picked up to go touch the wall was the stick of stickiness.
oh,
But I
It's
just
the
didn't know
stick
if
of
it's
stickiness
power.
if you
Magic out of
believe
it.
it is.
Exactly.
Anyway, are we ready to get back in the game?
yes.
I believe we all
Yes,
good.
I have
All right.
obtained a drink.
No, let me refresh
Sweet.
Roll20 because my map is still pixeled to fuck.
Goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat.
I'm still
Bye,
here.
Chad. I hardly knew
I'm-
you.
I missed them already.
Can't believe they all died simultaneously. Holy shit.
Sometimes I
Yeah,
can
my
still
map is
hear them.
still super pixely.
Hmm.
Can I control you?
Let me zoom out, see if that helps.
I can.
No. Hmm.
Ooh, I like
Well,
this music.
Kate's working with that. I wanted to ask you, Joseph, how did you make this map? What tool did you use?
With the base, I used a thing called Dungeon Scrawl. That's what I use for a lot of my dungeon maps. In
Oh,
fact,
there it goes.
the even the beach, I also use Dungeon Scrawl, and that's how I got this like cool effect on the grid with this like squiggly lines that don't always connect.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And also the lines on the borders as well. That this is Dungeon Scroll. I use as a base. I export it as a PNG, and then I do further edits. Like for example, you can see the rough texture on the map. That is not part of Dungeon Scroll. That is me going into some photo editing.
I should probably do
Gotcha.
something like that because I do
Augers.
all of my maps by hand
Manually,
on
yeah.
Photoshop. Yeah.
It's very
God.
convenient. Highly.
And I also don't have a tablet, so I'd use it mouse and
Oh, God.
You can. So the things that I do, like, oh wow. So you hand drew it all with a mouse. Jeez.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
But yeah, how I do it, you don't really need a tablet either because it's just like overlaying a texture on,
Yeah, I
you know.
guess that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
But
love
yeah,
this.
you
This is
guys
good.
head into this dungeon. And I'm just going to go ahead and reveal the first thing because it's the only path you can go. Straight ahead, you can see that there is kind of a stony hallway with a creature that you would have heard of from your world. Where's the delete button? I'll just delete it on here, I guess. Boop. You can see that there is a slime of some sorts.
Oh no.
Is it a cube of the gelatinous variety?
It is not a cube of the gelatinous variety. I will not say what specifically it is unless one of you does, I don't know, like a martial check, I guess, or intelligence check high enough
What
to
is a
know.
martial check?
Martial check is that's kind of like a optional rule sort of thing to like check the capabilities of a creature and what its its martial abilities essentially. I think that's just like a straight up. I think that's either perception or intelligence, one of those.
My trait, one of my traits for my roguish archetype is basically that exact thing.
Oh, really? Would you like to use it?
Go crazy.
I mean, it's for combat, but it's an insight check against a creature I can see, contested by their deception check to just basically be able to understand their movements and stuff, and I get advantage on them.
I mean, even though you're not
I
in
don't get
combat now, you
advantage.
can do it against this guy
Here,
if you so wish.
I can put it in the chat so you can see what it is.
Insightful fighter.
So yeah, it would give me sneak attack, which
Ah.
my fists can't do.
I see. Okay. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not
I-
quite knowing
not
what
quite
it
that, but-
does.
But it's that kind of idea of finding out what they're all about. So it's not quite the same.
And also, you
but-
can see on the ground this green stuff right here. That is all moss. Just so you know, whenever you see
okay.
green on the map, that is moss overgrown over this stony tiled floor.
I thought it was just sliming.
I also thought it was just sliming.
I thought it was dirty water.
Okay, moss.
Well,
Moss, slime, take your pick of like slippery substance from the jungle.
sure. I can try to roll just a little int check, see if I've it can deduce anything about this fucking slime.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Play out.
Oh no.
Youch.
It sure is a slime.
Yeah.
Some kind of ooze.
So it's fairly dark in here, right?
Dark, but even if you don't have dark vision, light enough from the beams of light from the cracks in the ceiling that you can see. It's reflecting off of the stone enough that it is illuminating the place that there's no need for a torch or anything like that.
So like Indiana Jones dungeon.
Yeah.
Essentially. Gotcha. Okay, because if it was too dark to be able to discern the creature too well, then I was gonna do produce flame. But if we can see in here, then
I'll
I don't
try
know.
that.
Give me an int.
Better.
Okay. You know,
12 times better.
you know what this is not? It's definitely not a gelatinous cube. You know that this thing is something kind of that has been studied around in your world, that this thing, whatever it is fairly passive so long as you don't like mess with it.
Okay.
I
I'm
was
gonna relay this. Don't poke the slime, please.
Well, considering everything
Okay.
in here has been responding to Abyssal, do you think it also speaks Abyssal?
Um,
I don't know if it's
don't
that smart.
know.
Also, out of
do you know
character, does it
anything else?
notice us already?
You can see that it's got a couple of floating eyeballs just kind of like sifting back and forth around in its slime. It doesn't look like it's taken notice of you.
Okay.
Do either one of you other two want to try to roll an int check, see if you know anything else about it?
Sure.
I will say that there's no way that Tibet will know anything about this.
Yes, Bezos!
That's what we like to see.
Phazos, you know exactly what this is. This is what's called a glabagool.
What the fuck?
It's a
No.
Glabagool.
A glabagool.
No fucking. No.
That's not a real
no
word.
shot. No shot.
So what is a Glabagool?
A glabagool is a kind of sentient and aware ooze that mostly tries to keep to itself. It, much like a gelatinous cube, tries, eats on prey whenever it needs to grow and consume and continue living on its life. But, just like most animals, if it does not see you as a threat, will not hunt you down.
Great.
God.
All right.
No
Phazos is
fucking
going
way.
to...
This is a real goddamn monster. And there's
it
images
up.
all over Google for it. God damn it.
That's what it's. I picked it because it sounded funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I will give you that.
Phazos will kind of look at it, be like, "We're fine. Just be cool. We'll walk right by it. Say hello if you'd like. It's sentient enough. It might, care about a greeting, but for the most part, we should be fine. Just being non-threatening, which I, of course, excel at."
Attila will nod at this and make her way to the moss.
Okay. As you step on the moss,
Tibet.
I will let you know now that this is only relevant in combat, because out of combat, I'm just going to assume that you're going to do the careful thing. And that is, if you are walking on it normally, every space you move, you will have to make a dex check or fall prone. However, if you opt to move on it like it's difficult terrain, you will not, have to make that check. So it is
Okay, so
difficult.
half movement.
It is optional difficult terrain with the chance of slipping and falling.
Okay.
Is it a dex check every 5 feet, or is it dex check for that movement?
If you're
that you
like
do?
rushing.
Every 5 feet you step on it, that
Okay.
is not difficult terrain movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have to use double your move speed in combat to get through if you don't want to risk that.
Yeah. Honeymoon is having a horrible time in her high heels.
You see,
Did
there's
that-
a huff, and then Latilla reaches her arm back.
Oh?
I got you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, darling. Honeymoon takes it and it grips your firm snuzzles.
Oh.
And just making sure, as we're walking past it, it isn't seeming to get agitated at us. Correct?
No, in fact, actually, it looks a little intrigued. And as you walk past, you can see the floating little eyeballs and the kind of gelatinous body slightly shift a little bit to the point where like it would have covered this space, but the floor of the body would still be here. But it's just kind of like shifting and moving,
Looking.
inspecting on you guys, as it is kind of very intrigued by what you are.
I did
It's
want to say
it's a
good
very
afternoon
curious creature.
in Abyssal.
What would you say?
I would want to say a good afternoon in Abyssal.
It tilts its head to the side, almost like it's tipping its hat.
Oh,
Oh,
Thank you. And then I will
What a
continue.
friendly cube.
yeah. In Abyssal, Honeymoon says, just passing through. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. It hurries behind Latilla.
Yep. Making her way on
It kind of
through.
wiggles a little bit and makes itself squat a little bit. It seems to be sucking up some of the moisture from the moss.
aw.
Oh.
Oh, very kind
Tibet
of you,
is
thank you.
stuck behind Phazos because she refuses to get any closer to it.
Oh, sorry. Phazos is continuing to move.
Also, at the mention of you saying that you were very good at being non-threatening, she made a mental note of the distance between your shoulders and went, yeah.
Although, was that the first time we heard Phazos make a joke?
Was he joking?
I don't
Was
think he
he?
was joking. That's the
He was
thing.
being entirely serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's something that
Then
Phazos would
Latilla's
do.
just gonna make a mistake and just gonna say, ah. She's taking that as a joke.
All right. So you guys head up there, and you go up, and you enter what looks to be like a large kind of domey area. Let me just boop.
Ooh.
And you can see that there are several statues kind of around a large statue in the center.
Yeah, statues, huh?
Yeah, statues. I won't hide
That's
the
weird.
fact
Those
that you have...
statues got tokens on it.
Yeah, whoa, crazy, right?
I know.
They look like gargoyles. What the
Wow.
heck?
They're
That's
even on
crazy.
moss.
And you see a bunch of moss on the ground, and you can see that there is skylight coming from this area, kind of in the back. However, it seems to be blocked by some kind of arcane wall.
Huh. So skylight, but it's on level with like the rest of the floor?
Yeah, so essentially it looks like an exit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Ah.
Man, I love walking across the top of this rooftop. I really hope these gargoyles don't come to life.
Yeah,
Like to investigate.
I wanna look at that statue.
The statue? Okay. Phasos, you said something first. You want to investigate how?
Yes, I would like to use my eye for detail to just spot, see if there's any sort of clues about this room. Use my investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Oh, is that a feature?
It is a feature. I can.
May
plop
see,
it in.
yeah, may see it.
Yes, it's not. I don't get any special roll for the investigation. I just.
Okay,
You know,
yeah. All right,
Specifically, I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
so.
go
Okay,
ahead.
Let me roll that investigation.
Yeah.
So it's very clear, even to the untrained eye, that these gargoyles are definitely constructs like golems that were made by somebody. Very familiar constructs that you have seen in your world as well. However, the untrained eye wouldn't notice that the statue in the center is another one of these constructs.
Oh god.
Phasos kind of takes note of that. Be careful about the big statue.
It's just a statue.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
And looking into it, you do notice that this statue bears a striking resemblance to some kind or other of an ancient hero that is mostly lost to history. Carved into the likeness of maybe some guy that if you were given the name, you would be able to nail who it is. But
Gotcha.
otherwise, kind of
I'd
like a
like to-
lost to history kind of figure.
I guess if anybody's a history buff.
I mean, I have the skill, but yeah,
Tibetha is far from history buff.
yeah.
Not
What,
likely.
could I make a history roll just to kind of see
Yeah,
if
why
I might
not?
call this guy? Whatcha?
Oh.
Ouch.
Someone lost to time. You can't quite
Great.
place the face.
Cool.
Jim?
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jim?
So yeah, kind of peering around the big statue toward the exit and then around at the two rooms, Honeymoon says, "Well, I'm going to make an educated guess and assume that we'll need to do something in those two side rooms to open the exit, so where shall we start?"
Can we start on the side that doesn't put us on the moss?
Yes, I was
Yeah,
going to
I
say
would-
the left
left
seems
side.
good.
Seems
Left side seems fine.
apt. All right.
I am going to
Go on.
mute for a moment. I am receiving a call. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof. Pardon. That's just what Heather's mic does when she presses the mute thing on it.
Yeah.
She swivels it.
So as you get over there, you can see the gargoyle's head like creaks and turns to look at you as you are moving and heading that
Oh,
direction.
don't like that. I really do not appreciate the gargoyle stare.
It otherwise doesn't seem to do anything else, but
Phasos gives a little nod to it.
Honeymoon waggles her fingers at it, and hers behind the other two.
and we will wait for Heather to finish her call.
All right.
Are all four of them looking at us, or just the one that's closest?
just the one that's closest was looking at you. They all are kind of oriented outwards from the statue, like pointing to each like respective wall. Only when you were like past kind of this area in its line of sight did it finally like turn its head at you.
These are quite the security measures, don't you think?
Yeah, let's just hope we don't trip them.
That's the plan. No tripping.
Oh, do not give Honeymoon any ideas.
What is that supposed to mean? Would you say that?
You have a tail. No, I'm just
Oh.
saying. I'm saying that out of character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she would probably try to trip Phazos. Not here.
Not here, no.
If they met in town somewhere.
Yeah. Not here. Not in town.
I can't
Not
do
here,
that
yes, in
here.
town.
I shouldn't
back.
do that. Hello, welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Yay!
Thank you.
They're freaky Weeping Angel style statues. Well, not Weeping Angel style because they didn't move when you didn't look at them, but like they
I was gonna say.
they creak their head at the party as they cross its line of sight.
If they were weeping angels, I've got this.
All right,
All
so
right.
you guys head into this room, and as you kind of pass through the fog of war of your, line of sight, you see that this room has a bunch of kind of copper colored stone tiles on the floor. Another one of those glabagools, and another gargoyle kind of standing in the corner right over there.
Before Honeymoon enters the room, I would like to please roll perception.
You may.
Or if anything, my 23 shows me anything.
You may.
All right. Nice.
Perception. You look around the room, you stare up and down, you can see that these tiles, you look at them, it seems that there's a very, very slight shadow, like a crack underneath them. These are pressure plates.
Good.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honeymoon quickly relays, nobody step on the tiles, they're pressure plates.
And looking around the room, there are some very, very subtly hidden, kind of behind the overgrowth and brush, holes, presumably to fire some kind of projectile out.
No, not that.
This
Do
is
we
always
attempt
fun.
to traverse here, or do we go over to the other side to see if maybe there's a
Well,
clue for this?
Can I do an investigation to see if there's any clues to this?
You may.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
if you could
that
ask
was
the
good.
fine fellow in the center there, I think he might be able to also give us a hint, maybe. He feels generous.
yeah.
So,
Didn't
Actually,
notice
that's
something
why
abyssal.
Latilla was going to collect him some moss.
collect some moss. Okay, well,
Yeah.
first, Phasos' investigation. You look over these tiles, you kneel down to look at them, kind of level them, and it's hard to tell if there's anything unique about them that might give you an advantage right now.
Okay. Yeah, Bezos is going to sigh and defer to the others for their attempts.
Yeah, while Latilla is scrounging up some moss, Honeymoon will cautiously call out an abyssal. Excuse me, fine friend, is there any way you could perhaps help us get to that hallway over there? And she points to the hallway that we want to get to.
The Glabagool turns its eyes towards you, and it kind of looks over at the hallway, looks back at you, and it kind of shifts its body around, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, and shows that on the other side there's a bunch of arrows sticking into it.
Oh,
Oh.
you're stuck here too. Do you like moss?
It kind of like does the like Team Fortress 2 engineer neck like stretch,
Oh?
and
Okay.
its eyes
Yep,
kind of
responsibly.
get very close to as far as it can stretch itself.
Is that a no?
I'll toss it in and see what happens.
Towards
it should be
you, like it
Towards me.
stretch- Yeah.
Okay, because
I was-
the engineer says no.
Yeah. I was going to say, it should be light enough that it wouldn't set off the pressure plates even if you miss.
Yeah. Just do a gentle toss to the clavicle.
Okay, you toss it, and it just like poop, like like you toss something into a syrup as it slowly droops in and kind of sizzles like an acid. And you can see that with this, it's able to suck in the arrows that were in it and start to sizzle and digest those as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Good friend.
Man, out of
Well-
just conflicted because out of character, Caitlin doesn't want to like use this thing as a meat shield, and Caitlin wants to rescue it. Honeymoon thinks, "Wow, what a good meat shield."
Oh,
Fezos is going to word this, actually, as he had similar thoughts. If it heals from the moss, then perhaps we could use that to our advantage. Continue to feed it as it finds its way through the maze.
Honeymoon kind of taps her chin thoughtfully. You may have a point, Mr. Geraim.
He cracks a very sly smile for a moment before immediately going back to a grimace at hearing Langley's voice.
Yeah.
She praised me, but she also spoke. Tibeth is also gonna go back and scrounge up some moss, and she's going to do so while staring this gargoyle dead in the eye to make sure that it's okay.
It does not seem to take notice of you and has not turned its head yet.
Okay. She scraps up some moss, and she comes back and hands some around. It's like, all right, well, if it's hungry, then we can just feed it as we go.
Yeah.
Very well.
we should ask.
Yes, would someone please relay our request, as it were?
I mean, I'll do it. Honeymoon turns her attention to the fucking gabagool, whatever the fuck. And in Abyssal, she says, excuse me, so, would you be quite alright if we, She pauses, trying to think of a diplomatic way to word this, and says, since you are of such an impressive size, would you mind terribly if all of us crossed the room and we kept you a nice supply of moss so that you could continue to regenerate? Would you mind terribly if we sort of traveled in your shadow?
When you say the word for moss in Abyssal, like its eyes almost bulge out of the
Oh my god.
the slimy
Fucking
frame
junkie.
that it has.
Okay.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this creature is really keen on getting its next moss fix, so I think we're good to go.
Very
Okay.
good.
Well, first we have to determine which way the arrows are going to be flying out of once we take our first step. Because intuitively, you would think it would be coming down this hallway when we step on those plates, but it could also be coming from either the north or south of the room.
Yeah.
Presumably the Globagool is coming to us.
Would
and
it
we would be
come
able
this?
to see it.
Could it come this way? It seems pretty dead set on staying on those 4 plates there.
Ah, I thought it was going to slop over.
I thought we were all gonna slop this way and we were just gonna stay behind it. Like, head this way.
We could just toss things on the different plates.
Well, yes, but do we have anything heavy enough to trigger those plates? Is my concern. Because we have moss, but that's not really that heavy.
Yeah, Honeymoon leans
Check
around the
pockets.
wall, and says in Bissell to the gargoyle in the corner, "Excuse me, would you mind lending us a hand?"
No response from the gargoyle.
Well, worth a shot.
Who's got what in your pockets?
We have a
Yeah,
hammer.
let me
crowbar.
try something. And Tibeth is going to try to squeeze past Honeymoon and Phazos,
Sure.
and she's going to get on the ground, like prone, and she's going to press her hand onto the plate.
You press your hand on the plate, and that one specifically, darts fly out from this wall into the Glabagool.
Toss it some
Oh,
moss.
I am so sorry about that. Here, have some moss. And she tosses some moss.
Okay, where do you toss it?
I toss it. I try to toss it forward, like
Forward?
onto
Okay.
him.
Onto him? Okay. Yeah, you toss it and it sucks it in again. Like, it seemed like it lost a little bit of its mass kind of into a more thinned liquid at the bottom, but as you toss the moss in, the thin liquid gets sucked back up, and so do the arrows.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna go keep collecting moss on the back.
Yep, seems wise.
Well, hang on. Maybe there is a trick to this. More so than just using our poor friend here as a jelly shield.
I mean, I don't think it minds, really. I mean, it's getting fed. Honestly, it should be happy to have work.
Beth just stone cold turns to him.
Listen, I don't do alignment.
not Tibet.
I don't do alignment, but just for that sentence alone, I'm gonna say that Phazos is evil.
Honeymoon raises her eyebrows because she's not the same flavor of evil as Shirame, but she's like,
Tibet, having been aboard a pirate vessel, essentially as an indentured servant / slave for a very long time, being happy to have work, quote unquote, gives Phazos the worst look she can muster,
The girls are
piercing
fighting.
daggers with her eyes,
Does
and
Phazos
she
even
goes,
notice?
"Perhaps you should try stepping on the next plate then. You so desperately need some work, don't you?"
I'm happily employed, actually.
Really? Right now?
Yes.
On a deserted island?
Honeymoon leans over and like puts a hand on Tibet's shoulder and says, "Oh, if he wasn't a cartographer, I wouldn't have a rival." And actually, I think I have an idea to maybe speed run this a little bit. So, are we able to gauge about how much weight a plate can take before it activates?
Yes, I would say with enough testing, you can tell that a piece of moss would not put the plate down. Maybe something like a shoe would, like a boot, is enough weight to push down the pressure plate, like a boot on its own.
Okay,
Maybe not a sandal.
Okay, I would like to wild shape into a tiny lizard.
Hey.
Wow, all right, yeah. That will give you
Incredible.
a light enough weight that you're able to traverse the pressure plates without much trouble of pressing them down.
So yeah,
I forgot
honeymoon.
that you're a druid.
Yeah. So
I keep thinking you're like a sorcerer.
Nope. So, you guys watch as Honeymoon says, "Oh, no, hold on, I can fix this." And you watch as her form just shrinks down into a little purple and gold lizard, and she starts just scuttling
my.
across.
So,
Much more fitting.
all right, show me the route that you take.
Okay. Well, first when Phaedra says she sticks her little lizard tongue out at him, and then so she is just going diagonally.
You're going diagonally. So as you go diagonally, the Glabagool notices this small creature and starts to like hunt you. And
Inabissa, please stop!
Yeah.
as it goes to follow this small skittering little
Moss.
creature, it
No.
lands on a few more pressure plates and does not take notice of the various arrows being darted into it. Pew, 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 as it's trying to follow
Yeah, guys,
you.
hurry up.
Wait,
Okay.
which way does
I keep going.
the arrows
So
come?
the arrows come from this wall.
Because he was right here on these four.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
they
can
only
you
come
can
from that
follow
wall.
through.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
Phazos is going to just kind of casually step onto pressure plates now.
yeah.
As he's walking by, toss his piece of moss like on the ground next to the guy as he's
Okay,
moving towards
yep.
the lizard, and then kind of.
Yeah. I'll assume that you guys traverse with it and like squeeze past it in the
Excuse me,
way.
pardon me.
and yeah, it makes it here. Let me give you guys some room here, and it follows lizard.
Honeymoon is scrambling
Honeymoon.
for her fucking life. Like, I don't know if I need to go back across the room, and I don't want to waste another wild shape.
And it follows and follows and follows. And is there any
Someone would
point
like
where
to
you
try and
stop
block.
being a lizard?
Not yet. Wait
Not
to
yet.
see where we get.
So you're gonna try and block it, yeah?
Moss, just like right next to its eye
Oh.
to try and
Moss right
Like,
next to it.
back and-
Well, it
like back and forth in its face.
in its face. Well, you wave it back and forth in its face, but it just like pushes against you, almost like you're not even there, and your arm starts to get sucked into the goo like a syrup.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't
She's
provide
gonna-
much resistance.
I'm gonna back
It's like
Yeah,
a
honey-
like a gelatin.
Honeymoon is just bulleting forward. She is trying to speed run the rest of this map.
Yep. Okay. So you speed run. It's not very fast, so you are able to manage to go. And let me show you the next room. Boop. In the next room, you see more moss and more gargoyles, and 2 arcane doors of a different, or arcane walls of a different color from the one that you saw earlier.
Okay, we're not gonna be able to reason with this guy anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep pulling him into the room so we can actually get out though first.
There's so much moss here.
Yeah. Honeymoon is just
He'll be so happy.
just skitty dittering across.
Yep, and it comes out and it notices the moss, and it almost shoots its eyeballs out of its gelatinous frame.
This man.
And goes and kind of does like a spread of itself, like it spreads itself wider but shorter, and starts sucking up a bunch of moss.
Absolutely
Honeymoon,
lost in the sauce.
Lizard Moon like scurries back when she sees it get big and just like skitters up to Beth's pant leg.
Woo, woo, woo. Okay. That's probably also not a safe place for you.
Yeah. Honeymoon, when she starts to roast, skitters back out, sees that the cube is no longer hunting her, and she'll de-transform and turn back into Honeymoon. She's what? She goes, "Oh my god, I didn't think it would start chasing me."
You are
Wait,
very
that wasn't
forward. You
your
know that?
plan?
Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
Who?
Phases.
Oh, Phaser says, wait, that wasn't your plan?
You may be too prideful, but I can admit when things go awry.
Well, there you go.
Well, I got us across the room, didn't I? And she starts looking around.
The question will be how to get back over.
Well,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. And Tibeth is going to go closer to this gargoyle. Not close enough within melee range of it, but just like eyeing it from a safe distance.
So each of these gargoyles, you notice that their line of sight seems to be like towards their respective walls. So like this one, I don't know if, can you see this arrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Is looking like that way, this one's looking this way, and this one's looking this way.
Okay.
And as you kind of go across it to Beth, its eyes and face lock onto you, and you can see like some of the kind of stony pieces of its neck kind of chip off as it turns.
Get out of sight.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
Honeymoon grabs
immediately
you.
gets off to the side. He does not like being looked at, or at least looking at us. I don't think I'm that hideous, but you know, maybe to a gargoyle.
Which way was the other one looking?
To the right.
to the right.
He's drawn it.
Right.
Well.
No, Heather's drawing them, I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Which way is the last one looking, Joseph?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we had best get moving.
We can try to skirt around them, but once we get to the far side, I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to get past that barrier. I was hoping that these fine fellows here would give us some kind of inkling of what to do, but
While you guys are talking, since this is a stony kind of cavern sort of thing, it echoes throughout, and you hear a voice in common.
Oh no.
Cool.
And you hear the voice calling out, "Hello? Is anyone there? I'm in a bit of a need of assistance."
Hello?
And it seems to be
Hello?
coming towards the south part of the room.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, Honeymoon's starting to
Yeah.
snake game her way around.
Yeah, so you
We
snake
start
game your way
snaking
around.
our way around.
You snake game your
Careful
way around.
not to
and
Taking
touch the
time with the
jello.
mouse.
not to touch the jello, not to touch the gargoyles.
Slow through
And
the
Presumably,
moss.
the gargoyle is not angry at the slime.
it doesn't seem to make any notice of the slime. And as you go there, you can see that these walls, just like the other one, are transparent. And you will see this. There's going to be quite a lot of information, so bear with me.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh.
What the fuck is that?
So
Is that Ettercap with the
you
top
see,
hat?
you see a very familiar creature that you've seen from your world, an Ettercap.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Fine, sir. Are you all right in there?
Oh, yes, finally! Someone who can understand and have intelligent conversation. Perhaps you can assist me in my current conundrum.
Is the conundrum that you are trapped in that room?
Ah, I knew you had an eye for detail. Yes!
That's one of my skills.
Good sir, or Is that all right to call you?
Oh, anything is fine by me, madam.
Wonderful.
just want to get out.
What could we call you?
The Ettercat takes its long, lanky arms and takes off its top hat to do a little courteous bow.
Mr.
Nice.
Cat, please.
I am Clyde Hemsworth Bartholomew VII at your service, and I'm in desperate need to return back to my nest so that I may return to shepherd my spiders.
That was Caitlin, not Honeymoon, by the way.
How did you end up in here?
Oh, well, you know, I was traversing the surface world in the brisk early morning, as I often do, in order to hunt for food for my spiders, and lo and behold, I found this lofty building. Knowing that you humanoids like to hoard food inside of buildings, I took a trek inside, and zap! I appear to have been stepped into a magical trap of some sort.
You just walked right into here?
Yes?
Past the door with the punching?
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, it's very, very polite, that door.
Yes, we found that out. So, have you any idea how we might be able to get you out?
No, perhaps. I have been studying these things for a little bit. I'm not the most proficient at magics, but this wall seems to be made of some sort of arcanery and can only be dispelled with magic of equal makeup and potency. What is it that you humanoids call it? A key! Like that one, over there! And you can see behind him that there is a floating kind of arcane key that looks green in color.
It's barely within line of sight.
Yeah, just barely, but you can see the like hue, kind of the glowy color, bright light. You can also see that beside him there is another room full of
Bezos is
chests
going
and treasure and gold.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tebeth is like watching the others kind of trail off to the other side, and she's like, "Well, you see, that key appears to be of a greenish hue. You probably need something more orangey to be able to get you out."
You mean like the
Tebeth-
fruit?
Good.
Maybe. And she's going to put her hand against the glass to see if that does anything, since she is of a similar hue.
You put your hand against the arcane wall, and it kind of stings you a little bit. It zaps.
Oh,
Well, it can't be anything of just any color, so I assume we'll have to find the specific key for you.
Oh, I did want to ask you, how did you find your way in here?
Oh, you know, we...
Oh, sorry,
Politely-
real quick, before Phases moves away. I just wanted, like, as we're both standing here looking at this room of treasure, can we both just kind of look at each other and just have a little sly grin of acknowledgement? Like, two evil bitches being like,
Yes.
this is where we're at. Okay. All right. Mutual goal here. All right, yeah, sorry, that's it.
So we happened across the door like you did, and we made our way around the gelatinous cubes and past the arrows. How did you get past the arrows?
Oh, well, I obviously just climbed around.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my
You can
fucking
just
God.
be on the ceiling.
Of course, these lanky legs, they do a lot of good in helping me traverse all these, although I'm not as spry as I used to be.
Well, yeah. So that's more or less the long short of it of how we got in here. We had to use the assistance of our friendly cube back there.
Well,
to
I can
help
have
us
the
through the room.
greatest of confidence that you are the most competent person that I've encountered while in this scenario so far.
How many others have you encountered?
None. I've been here for, let's see.
just like marks on the walls as keeping track.
He just takes one claw and kind of scratches his mandibles. Might be a few days now.
And out of curiosity, have you been on this island long?
Oh, yes, my entire life. And I've been lucky enough to not be caught in such a situation such as this before, but it seems my luck has run out.
Well, we'll be happy to spring you free from your predicament. As soon as we find the orange key, of course.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. The sooner I can get back to my spiders, the sooner I can lead them to their next meal. Oh, I do hope that they're doing all right.
Yeah, Honeymoon.
cross.
Tibet nervously looks at the rest of the party, hoping that we're not going to end up as his next meal for his spiders.
Well, Honeymoon kind of leans around to Beth and quickly says, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, once we've gotten you out of here, we're actually not native to this plane, so if you could maybe tell us a little bit more about it, that would be so helpful.
Oh, you're Outlanders! You hail from the inner seas! Ah, the world beyond our own. Ah, yes, of course. There's plenty of history about this island that I'd be happy to share. Just like I've shared with others of your kind before.
Before?
Yes.
So you've encountered others before us, but not while you've been in prison?
Not in here, no. I believe I've only been in here for a couple of days, and my stomach is starting to rumble, unfortunately. But you are a very gentle sort, and have brought us so many riches, like those materialistic things in the room beside me. I didn't take much care in it, as I have no need, which is why I came into this room. But perhaps it might have been a good bargaining chip.
Materialistic, you say? And Tibet's eyes start to drift over to the other door.
Tibet,
Oh,
don't
shit,
worry
yeah.
about it. Don't worry about it. We're here, obviously, to help our new friend.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, we are. Well, I believe our solution lies on the other side of the statue room. So we
That
should
would
probably
seem.
start making our way back over there and figure out the arrow trap somehow.
Fuck, we
I
should have
think I
been leaving
missed
stuff on the
something. How
tiles.
did
to
the
keep
orange
them
stuff appear? Did he just walk in and it was there?
Yes,
it closed
according
up
to
behind
his
him?
story, he walked in and it appeared as he entered the room.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I missed that somewhere.
All good.
I would like to ask him a question, though.
Go ahead.
When you climbed over, did you notice a pattern on the floor by any chance?
Not that
Or
I
the-
could notice. It all seemed very peculiarly similar. Whoever made that trap did a very good job of making them very uniform. Props to the architect of this building.
I see. Thank you.
Good job,
Shout out.
Joseph.
I'm sure the person who designed this building is very handsome and smart and has a beautiful singing voice.
All true, I'm sure.
Yes.
We're going to make our way back. We'll get back to you.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
Put a pin in that.
I think I can last a couple of more days, and Ettercap has a very, very good nature of hibernating, I think.
If Honeymoon calls back, if we're in here for days, we have bigger problems.
Bezos is going... Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, as we're trailing out, Tibeth is the last to leave, and she's trying to shimmy by the line of sight here of the gargoyle to peer into this room, and she takes note of the bountiful treasure inside, and her eyes start to sparkle a little. She walks away.
So, as you guys enter that room, you can see that actually the Glabagool has left behind somewhat of a trail because of the fact that some of these tiles are not pressure plates.
Oh.
The ones that were pressure plates, the kind of slimy goop kind of sunk into their cracks. However, you will notice that this one, I'm going to draw this one, this one, this one, this one for some reason, and this one are
drips.
all kind of like the mucusy, viscous fluid is still there kind of sitting that has not fallen into the cracks of it. So no rolls needed. It's just a way to show that you do have a path back and forth now. Congratulations.
Ah, awesome.
Nice.
Great.
Beautiful. So we
Because you beat the puzzle and I'm not going to make you do it again.
Good. Bezos is going to take his long stride and hop and get there. Just start hopping.
Okay.
Honeymoon is going to totter over in her high heels.
How do I make
Very
this
peculiar that there's that one plate back there that. Oh wait, Tibeth halfway across realizes something and looks back at Latilla.
Latilla just looks very determined and just says, "Okay, we're doing this."
Do you spring like Tigger?
I was about to say, do you spring over or?
There's no jumping.
Poor
She's just
thing.
gonna have to tank it.
Oh no.
Well, seeing as I'm giving you like the function of movement of races with legs, I'm gonna say functionally jumping works the same for you as the other races as
You
well.
have to
Hippity
do
hop
the
your way
worm,
around.
so it's increasingly embarrassing every time you do it, but it's the same
Bizarre
effect.
handstand.
Yeah.
She does do a weird handstand. It all just like topples over her.
Yeah, for
She's
those
using
for
her
those
snozzles.
just joining us,
Cartwheels.
Lautilla is a yuan-ti that we have homebrewed that has a snake body rather than humanoid legs.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
All right. Now I have to make it across
So-
the other side.
Yep. So
Yep.
you can make it to the other side very easily as you traverse and pass the line of sight of the gargoyles. Once again, they crack their kind of head to quickly look at you as you pass them by.
Don't like that. Don't like that one bit.
But they don't look like they're breaking out.
No, not so far. Whoops, that's
Not like
not
the other ones.
Not the grab button. Nope. And so you go into that room, and you can see that it seems to have a floating arcane key in the middle of
not the
what
right
looks
color?
to be a pool of water. And you can see that there are two arcane doors, or walls rather, of a magenta hue over here, down matching the same color as the key.
Does anybody have mage hand?
I can use well hold up. Yeah. Phazos can use his his not tentacles, but his inky tendrils. Because it's 15 feet of
Does it seem like acid?
distance.
It doesn't look like acid. It looks like very murky, cloudy water.
Okay.
He would be
Even
able
if it
to
was
grab
normal
it.
water, I wouldn't want to touch it.
So is
Yeah,
it
no.
15 feet emanating from you, or is it 15 feet extended from your melee?
15 feet extended from my melee, I believe.
If not, you can
the
just go to
range
the
is
other
15
side.
Feet, but yeah, I can
That's
just walk
true.
around
Yeah,
to
you
the
could
other
just go to
side.
the other side. Yeah, that is true. All right.
Okay, I'll go
So
here, and then
yeah. We'll say you go
15
there,
feet.
and as you do, you see a tendril come out of the water,
God.
kind of lash out, and I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative,
Oh, son of a
just so we
Oh,
just so
God.
we can keep track of what's going on. You get a
we're doing.
glimpse of something, and I'm gonna show you the glimpse really quickly in game as well. So pay attention. Whoop.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Wait, no,
Oh.
I was looking at a different screen.
Nothing came up.
And boop.
Oh,
okay.
You saw something in the
It
water.
was right here in the water.
Something
Oh.
green and slimy.
God damn it!
Oh, this isn't good.
Did it look snaky?
Something green and slimy.
Oh, honeymoon.
Yeah, that's why I was like, God damn it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay, first off is Lautilla. You see, so Phazos, you do have hold of the key. I will say it will be a bonus action to pull it in because of your the interruption that you got from
I'm
the
gonna draw my
creepy thing in the water.
tentacle. There we
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Lautilla, you're up first. What do you do?
I still have moss. I toss it over here to make a splash.
Moss.
Moss.
You toss it over there.
What is
Okay,
this,
there's going to be a
Delta Rune?
splash and a ripple,
Moss,
and
that moss.
we will wait until the enemy turn to see what if they react to that or not.
Be something
Okay.
slimy and green and slimy turn.
Anything else you want to do? I'll say that's a bonus action.
Okay. I can't hit anything. I don't particularly know how to help Phazos at this time. So I think I'll just move further into this corner and end my turn there.
Okay. To Beth.
Tebeth is going to prepare an action to shoot her pistol at the creature the next time it rears its head. Because that's
Okay.
all she can do. She cannot touch that water.
Okay, dokie.
This is true.
So you use your action to prepare a reaction to shoot at anything that comes out of the water.
Yep.
Bezos.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to slip the key to me.
Yep, you slurp the key to you. You now have the magenta key.
Yay!
Cue doom music.
Okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of ignore the fact that there was the slimy gaming thing and just make
Start
my way to the door. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Here we go. I can make it right there.
Yep.
I'm gonna just be ready to open that door. I'm assuming that opening the door with the key would have also been a bonus action.
You can use a full action if you so wish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. I'm going to touch the key to the wall.
You touch the key to the wall, and both vanish.
Yay!
Both the wall and both walls and the key vanish.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
So the key kind of like forms an orb and it's consumed into the wall, and it kind of almost shatters like a pane of glass, and the arcane pieces dissipate into the ether.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's my turn.
Now it's the Something Slimy's turn.
Oh no!
And the
Stay in
Something
your slime
Slimy's
pool.
the first one comes up
The first
is
one?
next to Honeymoon,
No, put it back.
and it's going to lash at you with a tendril. But
Bang.
Tibeth,
Yeah.
yes, Tibeth, you bang, fire. 12 is not enough. It has a scrawny frame, and it is going to you just miss.
My AC
Oh.
sucks. So
Your AC,
I'm sorry.
your-
Sorry, honeymoon.
Your AC sucks, and it is going to whack you with one of its things for 6 slashing damage, and I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm not good at those, Joseph.
Crazy, huh?
Fuck off. Okay, not bad.
Okay, it tries to wrap around you, and you can feel that it's trying to pull you into the water. However, you were able
Okay.
to kind of break out of its grapple.
Yeah.
And the second one is going to pop up as well, boop, and swim on over to Phazos to try and do the same thing. It's going to lash out. Phew! Ooh, believe it or not, it hits you.
Oh, man.
dang.
Okay. This is nice.
And so you also take 6 damage, and I'm going to need you to make
Okay.
a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, he's hopefully better at those.
Yeah.
Yes, just a little bit. Okay. Strength save.
Gah!
Oh no!
You are pulled into the water.
Oh no.
Right after you like put the key in, you just feel this thing wrap around your neck and pull you into the water, and you are now suffocating.
Uh-oh.
There, I'll put that there. There we go.
Tibeth
jeez.
at first just goes, "Oh no!" and then she like remembers for a brief second what happened in the other room. She's going, "Oh no!"
All right. So, since you are suffocating, what is your Constitution modifier?
My Constitution modifier is +3.
3. Okay. In 3 turns, if you do not get air, you will fall to 0 hit points.
Oof. Okay.
So
fine.
this is turn 1. Honeymoon, your turn.
Okay. Well, Honeymoon is she's freaking out a little bit. She just got slime attacked and barely avoided getting dragged into this gross ass water. So she's kind of frantically looking between the two guys, at Latilla, at Phazos, now underwater, and she thinks, yeah, like I'm supposed to hate him, but also he's like one of the muscles. So she is debating. Okay. All right. Honeymoon is going to take the disengage action.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 30. Or rather, yeah. No, hang on. I can do this better. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's getting far away from the fucking water. And I don't think I'm not gonna burn a wild shape because I fucking did that already. And I don't think I have any other any like bonus action spells that I can do to help. Can I make one of those martial checks perhaps?
Yes, you may. So I think a perception check.
Oh, gorgeous.
So you're pretty good at those.
Well, I might just botch again. No, I didn't.
All right. So these things are also something somewhat familiar to your world. which these are called chokers. They're very agile, however, they are not very hardy. Just one or two good hits on them will incapacitate them very easily, but they are very agile and somewhat hard to hit. They also have a slight range, as you saw with both yourself and Phazos. They mostly try to use their environment to secure their kills rather than their own, because on their own, they're not very strong.
Okay. Yeah. Honeymoon will yell out to. Well, Phazos can't fucking hear. He's underwater, but she'll yell to Lautilla and to Beth. They're fast and slippery, but they should go down in a few good hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honeymoon has nothing she can do this turn. So she wanted to be in range of not getting hit.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I think that's me.
Rad.
Okay.
Lautilla.
I'm gonna move over this way.
You don't want to hop in the gross, disgusting, stagnant water?
Not currently, no. If I have to get Phazos out, fine. I'm gonna throw a trident at him.
Okay, show
Leave
me
that
the
hits.
trident.
Please.
Please. Ooh, that's
17?
enough. Let me see the damage.
Okay. Can I just click? I can.
Yes. All right.
It's
so
just the one hand.
you throw it and phew, and it just like goes in, and let's see. Yeah, it breaks the kind of focus on Phazos, so it lets go of Phazos. You are no longer being held. So you won't have to make another saving throw to try and get out of it, but you are still suffocating, but it has let go of Phazos.
It
Okay,
just means you
I'm
need to get out.
suffocating because I'm still underwater.
Yes, you are still underwater. And so this one, just with that one hit, you can see this thing is like nearly dead.
Nice.
That's funny.
Anything else?
Oh, I can throw another.
Yeah,
Oh,
get his
sick.
ass.
Actually, I think I'm just gonna.
How many tridents do you have?
I have two. I'm gonna need to fish that out. So
Oh,
this
okay.
round, I'm just gonna throw a dagger and hope for the best.
Okay, okay.
I mean, we found a bunch.
Are you proficient? Yeah, you're
I am
a
proficient with
fighter,
daggers,
aren't
yes.
you? Yeah, you're proficient
Yeah.
with everything. Unfortunately, a 16's not enough.
Ooh,
Okay.
rough.
Wow. That's
Honeymoon, you see one fly by you.
Yeah, Honeymoon's like, oh, ugh.
All right. That's my turn.
All right, to Beth, your turn.
Upon Latilla making the first hit on that guy, she's gonna breathe a small sigh of relief. Thank God I don't have to say Phazos. Okay, she's going to take a shot at this one.
Okay, okay.
How many musket balls did I have again?
You used one,
You
so
said
you have
5?
4 left. Yeah,
Okay, I have 4 left. Okay, just making sure. I want to keep track of that.
all good.
So I'll make an attack on that boy.
Not enough.
Ouch.
Another shot, and she goes, I've never really used one of these things.
She's dual-handing it?
Huh?
You've got a pistol in both hands?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good.
And that's all she can do.
All right, Phazos, you are under the water. I would say you need about 10 feet of 10 feet of movement to get up to the surface.
Okay, I'm gonna get up to the surface and also go to the guy.
Oh gosh.
Punch
I'm
him.
going to attempt a one of my big old punches.
Okay, give me a
And
punch.
Let's see.
What a Chad.
Unfortunate.
Ooh,
However, I am going to action surge.
Action surge. Let's
So
see
I'm gonna
it.
try again. Let's go. There we go.
Get
Oh.
ready, Phazos!
And as I have hit him, I now can immediately am able to grapple him because of my tavern brawler. So when I hit with an unarmed strike, I can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple the target.
Well, let's see the damage.
So yeah, let's see
Yeah,
the
I don't know if he's
damage.
gonna
I might
live
kill
long
it.
enough to be grappled.
You're right. I might kill it, but I do want to do it to where I'm basically grabbing this thing by the neck.
Good.
While I'm
Just wanna
punching
fucking
it.
Lift him out of the water.
So
I'll show you strangling.
So what you do, you pull a Thanos Infinity War Loki, where you just grab it by the neck and just with your thumb just
Oh,
Great.
oh God.
He lets go and
Wait.
it's just like, strangle
Please grab
me.
the trident.
Yeah, I grabbed the trident.
All right, yeah.
I
Awesome.
I have a video for this that
Yeah.
I'll post to you guys later after
Thank
the
you.
session.
All right. So I'll say you can pick up the tridents with a bonus action.
Okay, good.
Yay.
Yeah. All right, that's my turn.
Okay, and seeing this, that it's now outnumbered, this one is going to dive back into the water
All right.
and retreat.
Ah,
Cool.
Great.
Combat's over.
Sick.
Good.
Gotta
Alright.
watch it whenever we come back through.
Phasos climbs back up, wicks some water off his suit, and holds the trident out for Latilla.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Tebeth is going to like gently like look over in the water to see if she can see her musket balls that she missed. Just go,
Those are probably lost, aren't they? Oh, yeah.
How deep is the water?
I not one to find out. And she's just gonna keep on going.
Yeah. Honeymoon does before Phases can stop her, just like dust off his shoulder and druid craft some of the water off to piss him off.
Oh.
he for a second he goes that.
Langley.
Honeymoon laughs out loud at that.
All right. As you go into this room, boop. Hey, look, more water.
Oh no!
Oh, this is the worst thing that could happen.
Oh my god.
And you can see across on the other side of the room, there is an orange key.
Sure is.
Wait, there are also 2 gargoyles over there.
There most certainly are.
May I roll perception as I inspect the water, see if I fucking see anything?
Yes.
I would like
See
to.
if
And
there's
it-
more of those little
See if you have. I'll take your passive perception if this is lower. To see if you can get like a 30. Okay, with your passive perception of 20 whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
you can see that there are subtle ripples in the water, and I'll let you know. Here, I'll draw it out. That there it is here, 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 and here.
So everywhere.
Yeah, Honeymoon gets everyone's attention, but specifically Lautilla, since she's kind of the team swimmer. And she points at all the spots and says, I can see some movement over there. We're not alone again.
Okay. She just like anchors herself and like puts partially her body in the water so she can look under.
You look under, and it's very, very difficult to see. It's not dark like darkness dark. It's dark like muddy dark.
Murky.
It's hard, yeah, murky. There's a
Down
lot
in
of
the
particles in
bayou.
the water that are blocking your vision. It's like water fog.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
She comes back up. It's too murky to see.
It's Nintendo 64 water when you're underwater.
Yeah, to cut down on the draw distance.
Yeah.
Well,
Tebeth, noticing that there's more gargoyles, is going to get in line of sight of this one. If it's looking this way.
You
Yeah,
can
can we
see
see
that
what way
both of
these guys are?
these are kind of looking in diagonal directions, kind of like this.
Oh, okay.
Can we see and like mentally mark where they conjoin at or like they meet?
Yeah. Here, let me just
do you think
like
if we got behind them and turned them so they looked at each other, they'd battle royale?
yes. So this one
Oh, Joseph said it. Let's do it.
is looking this way. This one, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do.
Whoa.
Triangulate.
Whoa.
Whatever. It's diagonally and
Yeah, it's like here-ish, huh?
yeah, let's see. It chest. Yeah, it's like here.
Okay.
That is the cross section of their vision.
Well, Lotilla, whenever you do happen to make your way across, just that point about there, and she points very, like, indirectly almost. It's just like, over there, you know, about 10, 15 feet out from the other side. Just dip under the water a bit so you avoid the gargoyles.
Oh, you think I'm going to be above the water?
Well,
I don't know how you swim.
Well,
I would like to, as Latila's kind of preparing to hop in, I would like to just kind of lay a hand on her shoulder and say, in case you need it, and I will go ahead and cast guidance on her.
Oh, what kind of guidance? Oh, that's
it's
guidance.
just a cantrip, yeah.
I'm
It's a help.
thinking of a different spell.
So yeah,
Ability check.
it's just a ability check thing, but if it's relevant, you know,
It's like a little
Stealth in the
inspiration.
water.
yeah, it leaves a little shimmer on your shoulder.
Okay. You know what? I think I will, she'll hop in, but she'll stay above just in case she gets grabbed. They're aware.
Yeah,
So
because
you
if
get
you
to
go
see-
under and you just stay under, we won't know.
You just think,
Yeah.
oh,
So you keep
yeah,
in
she lives
mind
down there.
the places where Honeymoon pointed out where the chokers might be.
yes,
And yep,
I would like to just be like, I can make it here, and then I will,
yes.
go around here
I will
and duck under.
Yeah, all right. So, you go about there. And as you make it
Oh.
to yep, keep going.
Oh, sorry.
As you make it to that spot, you feel something lash out at you.
Okay.
And we're gonna keep the initiative for
Uh-oh.
simplicity's sake because I don't want to make you guys roll again.
Okay.
So, first up is you, Lotilla. You feel something lash out at you. Let's see if it hits you. It does not.
It shouldn't be. I need to take something off. She has an 18 for AC right now.
Oh well, it wouldn't hit you even with that.
Okay. Because she's not currently swimming with her shield out.
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have hit. It rolled a 9. So
Okay.
yes, but you do kind of feel the ripple in the water, like the wave of the force kind of hits you as you can see this thing's trying to attack you. Now,
I would like to grapple it with my tail.
with your tail, okay.
no,
Yeah,
reverse.
that's right. We homebrewed you that grapple feature. You mind putting it in the chat once again so I can be reminded of what it does?
Did you put it in?
I should have, I think.
Let's see. Would it be? She already had the fighting style unarmed, but that's more for if you hit something.
Yeah.
Manage custom?
Mm,
No. I think you just put it in Discord.
hold on, let me see. No, I think I feel like I did.
Do you want to just? There's
Hold on,
fighting
let me
style
see.
unarmed from.
Features.
This one's if
Um,
she's not holding anything, and this one is if she is still holding something and punches someone in the face.
Oh, maybe I didn't, huh? Wow. Okay. Well, let's
Let's see. To Discord.
Yeah, I thought I put it in, huh? That's why like you have copy of Yuan Ti Pureblood as your race because I made the copy and then I adjusted one of the features, but I guess maybe
You
it didn't
adjusted
say.
swimming, or underwater breathing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. I guess I didn't add it. Okay, yeah. If you could find it and copy and paste it for me.
Unarmed attack, 10 feet range.
Sorry, all. We're getting there. Technical
Technical
difficulties.
difficulties.
It happens.
It's the game's loading. We put a mod in, and it's
Yes.
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how to make it work.
Taking a
Look,
minute.
video games have loading screens. We can have loading time too.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just gonna-
Homebrewing is just modding D&D.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10-foot range under grapple. Grapple has range damage compared to normal grapple.
Mind copy and pasting
To where?
to
Oh,
the roll 20
I
chat.
was looking at my phone.
Oh,
That is where I put. Okay, yes. It doesn't say about hitting though.
does it say like grapple? Because grapple is its own check.
10-foot range. Copy.
You have to make an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Not with grapple. A grapple is
Do you want me to put it into the roll 20?
yeah. A grapple is a contesting athletics versus athletics or acrobatics. Yeah,
Guidance will be relevant.
Yeah, so your grapple has range. So it's basically saying when you grapple, because grapple itself is a thing. So when you grapple, so your grapple has range plus damage compared to normal grapple. Yeah, 10 feet. So you can grapple from a range with your tail. So yeah, you can make me an athletics check to try and grab this choker, and it's going to try and slip out.
Yeah, and you can add a D4 to it.
And a D4.
Hee.
That D4
Very
saved
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you grab onto this thing that you feel that you can't see it, but you feel something wriggling and trying to get out from your tail. You have it. And
you're mine now,
so
buddy.
your damage is your unarmed strike, and what is your strength for?
I have this as an attack. It's a D8 plus 4.
Because you have unarmed
took Tasha.
attack. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes. Then show me the unarmed
just gonna-
strike. As you constrict this thing like the snake you are.
Fucking
Ingity
God.
bong.
Squeezing.
Yep, you are squeezing
his
it like a
spine.
rubber
Can
chicken.
I do that twice since she's got 2 attacks?
Um,
Does that count? It's an unarmed attack.
a grapple takes up. I'm pretty sure a grapple is an action.
I think you can
was
replace
something
one of
better
your.
than
If you have
5G.
multiple attacks, I think you can replace one
One of them with a grapple. Yeah, that
Okay,
sounds
so that
right.
would be the start.
Maybe. Let me just look to make sure.
That's what makes my Tavern Brawler grapple special, is that I can make my grapple into a bonus action.
Ah, I see. Okay, then
Yeah.
that makes sense that it would be an attack. Yeah. All right. And if it's not, then oh well. That's how I'm ruling it
Okay.
because
so
that
that's a good
sounds
answer.
like it makes sense. Yes, make me a. You have it grappled, so just give me another unarmed strike.
All right.
All right, you squeeze it, and you feel its limp body just like.
Good.
Oh God.
And as you let go, you guys can see the choker body rise to the surface. It's dead.
And then so does Latilla.
Yeah. Honeymoon's like, oh,
She's effective.
yeah.
She's gonna
That's what
go
I was trying to do.
this way. And then she's gonna duck under to avoid the gaze
Okay.
and come back up.
Okay.
What's wrong with
Okay.
the
Wait.
gaze?
Let's see how much movement that was. You started.
sorry, we're still doing
That's okay.
turns. I forgot.
There's here. Yeah, you have just enough movement. Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
You have just enough movement to make it up there.
Slide up. And that's where she'll end if we're still in combat and they're all rushing me.
Yeah, that's where you.
That's
end.
where
Okay,
I am,
Tibet.
anyway.
Your turn.
Tibet, like,
Gonna do.
yeah, she looks around. Can she notice any of the ripples moving, like converging?
As pointed out by Honeymoon, that is where you were told they are. I would say another check from Honeymoon would be needed to see if they have moved at all.
All right.
Okay. Well, as before, she's just gonna prepare an action. The first little shit that pops out of the water. Let's get a nice little musket ball for breakfast.
Okie dokie. Bezos.
Yeah, Phazos is going to also
Why
prepare
don't
an
you
action.
splash around or something? Try to draw their attention.
It's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, he's gonna splash the water with his hand to see if he can, stir up some sort of reaction.
You splash the water with your hand. Give me a performance check.
Oh, great.
Really, really sell that you're a dead fish.
Oh,
Or dying fish.
Ooh. You can see ripples in the water of where they are now. I'm just going to show them, like, so I don't have to keep drawing stuff. I'm going to show where they are. Boop. This one here. And this one here. This one has stayed where it is here. This one has moved over here. And this one is over here. You can see that they were all kind of converging on Latilla as she was swimming through.
Oh,
That
Oh,
could have really
God.
sucked.
okay. So
I'll say that's a bonus action.
great bonus action for that. Yeah, I'll prepare my action for if any of them get within 15 feet of me. I'll whap them with my ink. Go.
Okay. Next are the chokers. So they are gonna come on close to the edge and gonna throw a lot of attacks at Latilla.
Dear.
Oh no.
Oh God.
At least the ones that can make it there. Let's see, is this? Yup. Foop.
He's
Wait,
still
was that one
underwater,
not
right?
drawn to Phazos?
Oh yeah, that was
Oh
what
wait,
his
that is what it
performance
was for. Okay,
Yeah,
my
it wasn't just to see the
yes, yes, you
sparkles.
were right. You were right. Not to just. Okay, yes, you are right. It is drawn to Phasos. It's going to come over here. This one is also going to be drawn to Phasos. I think it was like here, so it's going to get like, yeah, they've got a lot of swimming speed. Thank you for reminding me of that. I totally forgot. I was like, oh, you
You're
can
good. I
see
was just
them.
like, wait a minute.
No, you're right. Thank you for letting me know.
Now, did they pop out when they came towards me?
They do not, but you can see where they are based on their tendrils that slash out from the water. So,
Good.
first Lilautilla. That's not. Nope. That's. No, you're able to like dodge and weave and as like all three of these tendrils that try to lash out at you. You can see them coming.
Does any of this trigger my reaction to shoot
Yes,
at them?
I will say since all three of them are kind of attacking simultaneously, you can pick and choose which one you want to fire at.
I'll go for the one that's right here in the middle.
Okay.
It's the shortest distance.
Okay.
The shot.
Take a shot.
Yeah, she's take a shot. Quick.
Come
Oh my
on!
gosh.
Oh, please don't hit me.
You phew, just like into the water. Can't quite tell if you confirm the hit or not.
I'm pretty sure that hit him, right? And she looks over at Honeymoon.
Honeymoon is giving her a sympathetic look.
That's not reassuring.
Does,
That's all I can do.
Yeah. Does my reaction go off to the ones near me or no?
Yes, you may use your ranged tendril. So they're going to attack you. One of them misses, one of them hits. I'm going to let you do your attack first, just in case if you potentially fail this strength save.
Okay. So yeah, they have to actually make a strength saving throw.
Oh.
For my grasping tendril, I'll put that in there.
I'm not saving from you. You're saving from me.
Oh. Wow, it's like it's literally a counter grapple.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. The one that misses you fails. You can roll your 3d6.
Okay, let's do that. Let me roll the 3d6. There we go.
Okay,
14.
well, it goes to lash at you, and your tendril just like grabs it by its tendril and throws it up, and it just splats on the ceiling and dies.
God.
Woo!
Fantastic.
Bezos looks pleased by this.
Like you throw it like one of those like funny, silly, sticky hands, you know? the rubbery sticky hands, and you just threw it, and it just splatted on the ceiling.
There
we
is
go.
true fear in Tibet's eyes.
Now, does this happen for every creature that's attacking you, or just one?
It is. Well, I can only do it to one creature at a time. So.
Okay. So the other one, it does hit you. It rolled high enough to hit you. So you only take 3 slashing damage, but you're going to need to make a strength save, as it's going to try and pull you to the briny deep.
Okay, let me put my 3 damage, and then come on, strength save. Yay!
Yeah.
All right, you're fine. It tries to pull you in, but you just like take one hand on its tendril and pull it away from your neck, and just like it slips out of your hand, but you can feel it
Cast it
shaking a
aside.
little bit.
Good.
Honeymoon.
Honeymoon wrinkles her nose at the last guy and is like, I don't want to be in range of that. She's gonna back up over here, and then she is going to produce flame at it.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, let's see if we get him.
Okay, so you don't get him, but
Yeah.
this is fire damage. You throw the fire, and because this murky water is so nasty, it lights a flame.
Oh my god.
What?
like an oil, just like all
Holy
across the
fuck.
surface, just, and you can see
my
like some
God.
splashing in the water as all the chokers panic and flee from the surface, and they deep dive in.
Honeymoon with her hands still extended, eyes are wide, you know, the tips of her claws still sparking. But then as she's watching the flames go across the whole fucking pool, she just smiles smugly and flips her hair and says, Very
You
good.
wish you were me.
Well,
Tibeth's jaw drops and she looks back at Honeymoon. She's, you mean I could have done that this whole time? I could have just set the goddamn water on fire. Okay, fine.
Here's
Fine,
Sure,
some.
that's
fine.
fine.
no.
She's gonna start walking away up to this hallway. She's kind of done with everything.
I'm gonna set this on fire now.
Okay.
Yeah, Honeymoon calls across the burning water. Lotilla, everything all right on your end?
Yeah, the fire starts to slowly burn itself out as kind of it takes the oxygen away from its current area. But oxygen does come through the cracks in the ceiling. Like I said, that's lighting up the place. So the air is a little thin in here, but the fire does eventually burn itself out.
Latila's gonna hustle to the key.
Yeah.
And then slink back under and try to get across pretty
You
quick.
grab the orange key. Za za za
I
zing.
do.
Well
Does
done.
anybody come to get me? What?
The pool is a bit warmer than it was before.
Yep, moving quickly.
Alrighty.
Alright.
So you guys now have the orange key, and I'm going to be transparent with you. Yeah, what's up, Tibeth?
I was gonna say, like as the team is regrouping and like coming back down the hallway, they see Tibeth with the cast flame on her hand and just like jabbing it into the water to set it aflame.
You jab it into the water, and just like the other one, it lights up like a bonfire, like a blanket of flame.
I am so incredibly distraught.
Because you didn't realize that the water was flammable?
Yes,
Okay.
the thick, oily water.
Well,
Well, we just thought it was sludge.
yeah.
Sludge is
I mean, I guess it could have been like, oh, you know, the fire that I produce is magical in nature, so maybe it won't get quenched so easily. I could have thrown a fireball, but no, I was sitting there shooting a pistol that I've never used in my entire life.
Well,
You used it on the ship.
That was the first time.
All right, you guys can go ahead and put yourselves back in the room.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
I'm gonna be totally transparent so that you guys know what your choices are here.
Oh, no.
Whichever door you choose to open will not
Oh,
open
okay,
the
no.
other one.
Yeah,
Oh, you
I was
should.
thinking, I was like,
It
pink-
sucks to suck. Latila's got the key.
Yeah.
Oh,
the pink
fuck.
one's got the
That you may, but because of table etiquette, I'm going to say everyone gets a vote on where it goes because this is a party decision.
oh, fuck.
It will turn into PvP though.
No, it won't because I won't allow it.
Wait, really?
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say
Perfect.
you have to go
I thought
along
that
with
was like
it.
a setup.
Your character doesn't have to agree with it, but you have to go along with it.
Ah.
Oh.
Just out of respect for your fellow player on a meta level.
I thought that was a PvP
So-
setup.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Unless both whatever players are involved like choose to want to have a fight and are agreeing to it.
Tibeth looks between Phazos, Honeymoon, and Latilla. And she kind of like does like that nervous like scratch the neck kind of thing. She's like, so one door, huh?
That's what it seemed with the magenta one.
Honeymoon is racking her brain trying to decide whether it's more useful to get the easy treasure here or get this guy out when he could potentially be useful and get them to the actual like goodies of the Golden K.
That's where Latila's sitting. She's just. We would fare better with a guide. He's a local.
Yeah,
A local
Honeymoon.
who we can actually speak to, even.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and as tempting as that treasure over there is, it's only
How deep
One
are your
tiny-
current pockets?
well. Yes, it's only a tiny fraction of what we're sure to find if we go in deeper.
Phazos is going to look at the treasure
Longingly.
Longingly. He's going
Honeymoon
to
will-
steeple his fingers.
Honeymoon joins him in gazing longingly.
Tibeth is going
Honeymoon
to
is pouting.
longingly gaze at both of them, longingly gazing into the treasure because there's only room for 2 people over there.
Sit on Honeymoon's shoulders.
Yeah.
Do you want me
well,
to hold you up?
No. Oh, sorry,
know,
not me.
You know, if Bezos wants the money that bad, then is it really the right choice to go with him?
She says, as she says to Lotilla as she's looking over at the other two.
Yeah. Yeah. Honeymoon is pouting next to Phaezo, steepling his fingers. And she just kind of says, oh, I know it's more useful to do the other thing, but it hurts to let it go.
It's so pretty.
Indeed. In this, we are in agreement.
Ah, so it would seem. We may be.
Anyway.
Yeah, she kind of looks up and she's like, we may have a contentious working relationship, Mr. Jeraim, but we're quite alike.
It seems so.
And her pout does turn into a slight little smirk, and she'll go back to rejoin the gals.
Okay.
Bezos stays staring at the money, but he will resigningly allow them to make the other choice.
So,
Yeah.
player votes. I'm going down the list. Lotilla, Clyde or Treasure?
Clyde!
Tibeth, Clyde or Treasure?
Clyde.
Honeymoon, Clyde or Treasure?
Clyde.
Bezos?
Treasure.
Well, you've been outvoted, unfortunately.
Yes, it's true.
He knows, but he wanted to say it.
He staunchly says we should do the treasure, but he agrees that if everyone else is going to do it, he's not going to challenge it.
You slip the key into the wall, and whoosh, the arcane wall vanishes, opening the path not only to Clyde Hemsworth Bartholomew VII, but also the green key. He throws out his arms. Oh, 1,000 times thank you. I not shall soon forget this generosity. I owe you my life as well as the life of all of my spiders. I do hope one day I can introduce them to you, that they may shower you with many lovely kisses.
Bezos kind of grimaces for a moment before regaining composure. Yes, I'm sure they'll be very appreciative, and that will be very useful.
Don't worry, darlings, he calls out. Don't worry, darlings, Daddy's coming home, and he's going to bring you such a large meal. I hope you like 4.
Clyde,
Oh, yes,
Before
yes, of course.
before leaving, we would like you as a guide.
Oh, of course.
Once you finish with feeding your children, please meet us back at the door.
Oh, yeah, well, it might take me a little while to head back to the nest, but if you're willing to wait, it should only take me about half an hour to go back there and then head on back. I'm very fast with my claws, you see. I'm a very good digger.
That is perfectly fine.
Yes. Very good.
And she will let him pass.
Yeah.
Thank you. He kind of jauntily walks out. He fixes his bow a little
I
bit,
love
his
his
bow
little
tie, and gives you a little tip of his hat and walks on out.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah. I want to get the key this time.
Then come on.
Yeah.
I want to
Honeymoon.
look at it.
Yeah.
You
Honeymoon
know,
totters over.
I'm genuinely surprised and proud of you guys. I thought you were going to go with the treasure.
They're not dumb.
It wasn't an easy decision, Joseph.
Considering the characters that you made, I thought
Yeah.
you really would. So yes.
Literally,
He will-
if it wasn't for the
Correct.
if it wasn't for the fact that Phaesus made the comment earlier that he did, that Tibeth is spiteful enough to hate him now instantly, she would have gone for the treasure.
And we would have been at an impasse.
Yep.
And Honeymoon sees getting the guide out as a way to get more treasure in the long run.
All right.
Exactly.
You pick up
Yeah.
the green
Honeymoon
key.
takes the key.
Yeah.
Zing. And you are able to head to the green arcane door. However,
Can you
as
just-
soon as you... What's up?
I was gonna ask if we could just slide over there and not walk.
No, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. When you do exit this hallway,
Oh no.
Let me get back.
I figured.
yeah, you see the statue moves
Hey.
and takes a step down from its pedestal, and it stabs its stony sword into the ground and speaks in common.
Oh.
In common, okay.
Okay.
You allowed that Ettercap escape.
Yes.
Was that
Did we not
was
have?
he in prison for a reason?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's an cat with a top hat. He is kind of interesting.
I have been watching you. My perception of you has changed.
For the better?
Yeah, in like a good way.
No
Yeah,
response.
like just yeah.
She gives-
Honeymoon
she
just like
gives
leaning
this-
around Phases' massive shoulder.
She gives the
We-
smile of that like one dude from America's Got Talent or whatever, where she's just like, "Come on, come on."
We shall see.
Oh.
And the stony statue walks back up onto its pedestal and resumes its position, and all the gargoyles fall and crumble to pieces.
We did it. We solved the gargoyle puzzle.
It was to not be evil.
Well, difficult in this
least-
fucking party.
Yeah. At least not to be completely blinded by greed.
And I assume you put the key into the door, it vanishes,
Yes.
and this
can
might be a good stopping point, but there's a little bit more. How much time do you guys have? I know we started a little late.
I'm good to go.
I'm good to keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go a little bit more.
Okay, well, like maybe an hour?
An hour? No.
No? Okay.
30
Yeah, I
minutes?
cannot do an hour.
Then it might
Yeah.
be a good place to call it here then, because I wouldn't want to break up the next part too
Okay.
much. So we're gonna call it here. This might be a 4-parter, which might mean part 4 will be like a long time from part 3. But yeah, we're gonna call it here. So sorry, everybody. I know it was like no. Yeah, I know it's getting good, right? But
Aw.
yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for playing. This was
Thank
good.
you for jamming.
I liked this dungeon. I wanted to make a more alternative dungeon that had very minimal combat, and
Yeah, I like it.
yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
Think a
yeah.
little. I liked it.
I'm still positively surprised by your choice, because I made that choice with your character's kind of like tendencies in mind.
No, I will say, Honeymoon was in agreement to let Clyde go for the same reason she was like mending Rackmorn's ship. It's all self-serving
long-term
so
plans,
that
you know.
she has more allies.
Long-term
Yeah.
plans. Yeah, fair enough. fair
Again,
Very good.
again, to Beth was
Little
purely out
treasure
of
now.
spite.
Yeah.
Larger treasure and a guide later.
enough. Phazos wanted to do it, so how good could it really be?
Exactly.
Right.
Good
So
job, everybody.
that
Most
will be
excellent.
session. Let me look for someone to raid.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any suggestions, by all means, chime in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pick somebody.
Night chat.
What?
Let me see.
Who's up?
I might have somebody.
I don't follow you. You're not up.
Boss, you might have someone?
Good night, everyone who's leaving.
Good night.
But stay for the
Good
raid
night.
as well. Those who aren't leaving.
Yeah.
Shriekin playing Fatal Frame.
Shrekian.
I don't have anybody.
Shrek.
Shrekian. All right. Let's see.
What's
Oh, they're
our
playing
raid?
Fatal Frame. That's a spooky game.
Ooh, big
Spooky.
It's a
spooks.
classic spooky game. Maiden of Blackwater. Is this a new one? All right, we're gonna raid Shrekian.
All right.
What shall our raid message be? Do you think?
Do it out of spite.
Do it out of spite. All right, let's do it out of spite.
All
Dude, that's
right.
spite.
Do it out of spite. Good night, everyone.
Not tonight from
Bezos.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, we're here.